They know.
Eric, why? Seriously.
E-Rock is so radio.
Why?
What?
Why you didn't hear Jimmy talking?
No, because I play filler after the break. You don't give me a cue, so you turn the mics on. How do I know you're talking? I keep the studio.
How about you? How about you
listening to
How
the
about you
show?
listen to the show?
Why should
Jimmy
he
was
be
actually
different?
talking. He started the break.
Well, I'm sorry. I didn't know you were going out of format that we usually do. So I apologize.
He loves a
Wait,
format.
what am I
E-Rock
missing?
loves a
What
good
am I
format.
missing? What am I missing? You didn't hear Jimmy talking, so wouldn't that make you go, you know what? I don't need a sweeper there.
You got to be able to go with
What
the
am I
flow.
missing? Seriously, tell me right now.
Missing that after the commercials.
No, what am I missing? Did you hear Jimmy talking?
No,
So-
I didn't have.
Why not?
Because I didn't have you on in here.
Why don't
What
you
were
have
you
us on
listening
in
to?
there?
Because I don't put you on until after the sweeper.
Why?
Oh, boy.
That's dumb.
I never have your room live until we come back. I'm not good.
Wait, so when Jimmy was talking about the song, no one heard that?
No. You guys weren't on.
I don't know.
I'm not good.
So Jimmy was talking about where that song came from Drew Boogie.
No.
So-
Turning the mics on in the middle of something being played when it's not usually the show, how am I supposed to know?
Yeah, no, I thought we were on.
What do you mean,
so I
how are
heard
you supposed to
myself.
know? Shouldn't you just know?
No, because after commercial and live read, I go into some filler material.
I really
while
don't
you eat
understand.
or
But you
whatever.
don't hear the show itself at that point?
I hear what's being played in this room.
Why?
Why don't you hear
Why
the
is it set
show?
up that way?
What if we decide to go off
Yeah, we
base
want it.
there a little bit?
We absolutely want it sometimes.
Then just wave to me and I'll turn the room on.
But can't,
But we don't know. Sometimes it just happens.
yeah, can't you just monitor what we're doing in here?
I will from now on.
No, because then if he turned the mics on at the wrong time, we'd kill him. Like if he thought we wanted something on the air because our mouths were near the mics, but we were just bashing management by name, and it went out over the air, we'd fucking strangle him.
All right, it just sounds a little weird.
Yeah, he's
Jimmy,
in a no-win in there, as he should.
You sure?
Yeah.
Because Jimmy was discussing where that song came from.
Yeah, I was just saying I was bashing someone needy, and
Right.
Drew is a genius
and made it into a
for
song.
making that.
Opie and Anthony show.
Yeah.
Good. Tell us again, Jimmy.
Well, I was
It's the Opie and Anthony show, Sirius XM, Satellite Radio.
Very important. We play a sweeper right now. Lasers.
I'm not good. I'm not good.
And that's where
I'm
it
not
came from.
good.
All right, it's not-
I'm not good. I'm not good.
It's not E-Rock's fault, I guess, but all right, whatever. We'll figure that out. You have the hook to the song. All you need is a few like fucking words, and that's a real song right there.
I'll tell you what's a real song too is fucking Why Don't They Behave?
Yeah, Bowling
Oh,
for
I
Behave.
love that one. Goddamn, Drew. Just takes a rant and makes a cool fucking
He
song
can
out
take
of it.
something that a complete
talent.
piece of shit.
Yeah.
No disrespect, but he can take anything and make it into a fucking a hit. He's great.
Really?
Hi, Rich.
Yeah,
Hi.
Bowling for Behave. That's a great one.
Richard Voss.
See,
Oh,
Anthony,
Rich Voss.
Hi, Rich Voss.
What I was talking to you about
Yeah.
earlier about quit trying.
Just stop trying.
He stopped. E-Rock stopped.
E-Rock
See what
has
I mean?
adopted that logic
philosophy.
of just give up. Just
Yeah.
stop trying.
Well, but you got to explain why you said that, Rich.
Well,
Rich
because
came in
I'm
here.
gonna-
He hasn't been in here in a while, and he sees all these like what could be described as kind of like TV lights.
Yeah, filters. With-
Because even though they're not giving us a visual element, we figure, what the fuck? Let's set it up like we have one.
Let's make pretend or something.
Yeah.
But
So
it's
why-
for when we do
what-
take pictures and little videos, so you know they look better.
Yeah.
But you go, why are you guys still trying? And the logic in that, I can't argue.
Yeah, it really is.
Let's find our voice. It's like, you know what I mean? It's like now jumping on MySpace. It's just a little too fucking late.
Is that it?
Yeah, you are what you are. You're great.
Of course we are.
No one is as good as you guys around the country. You are, but that's it. You're not going to get any. Oh! Look at their videos are so much clearer. Nobody gives a fuck.
Rich.
I don't know. It's all
Oh,
changing.
Rich.
You might be wrong, Rich.
Yeah, the whole world
Yeah.
is changing. And,
Yeah, the
and
whole-
we kind of want to be bigger than we are. We kind of want, has real people to push the show and understand what this could be. And I told Jimmy in the bathroom, we need a miracle between now and October. A literal miracle.
It's an agent who knows how to.
But in radio, sometimes that just happens. We were fucked dead in the water, and then all of a sudden I get a call from Eric Logan going, hey, just want to let you know I'm joining the company. I would have blew someone at that point.
Me too.
I would have blew someone. I'm like, holy fuck, we've been saved. And that's what we're hoping between now and October, that we get another miracle.
That's
That's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah.
Because these guys are just not getting it done.
Well, here I'll tell you some ideas.
Yeah.
Good.
Some live events that generate heat.
We're doing one, by the way, in Cleveland.
Cleveland, Ohio.
But that has
Cleveland, everybody.
Next Friday.
It would be next Friday. We're doing a show, and it'll be an afternoon show.
The Hard Rock in Cleveland next afternoon from 3 to 7.
Did you hear about the tall tops we got to sit at so the audience can see us?
What do you mean?
You know those tables and chairs in a bar that are a lot higher up? They're like cocktail tables in a bar.
I can't get up on them.
We have to sit.
Is there a
Your little
stage?
feet dangle.
No, there's no stage.
There's no stage.
Everything's flat. So if they
Wait. In the
What are you doing this on my wife's ass?
Oh.
But what do you mean? In the Hard Rock, how is it not a stage?
I don't
See,
know.
this
Maybe they bring in a stage. I don't know. But
I'm
basically,
being told this is amongst the smallest Hard Rocks in the country.
No, I performed there.
What?
I performed at the Cleveland Hard Rock.
You have?
Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry, House of Blues.
House of Blues.
House of Blues.
That would have been the
Oh.
ideal
But they were
place,
booked.
but they were booked.
in all
Okay.
fairness, they were booked. So we went to the Hard
So-
Rock, and to be seen, we got to be.
We have to be
sit in
elevated
stools.
on big giant stools.
There's no stage?
like Regis.
There's a Hard Rock with
when
no
Regis was on.
stage?
No showroom, it's a restaurant.
We're
Oh, I see.
going to be in a restaurant.
Oh,
Yeah, we're
All right,
going to be
well,
in a
it said
restaurant.
Hard Rock,
That's
Cleveland
the
Hard Rock.
place. Wait, what is that?
Let me see.
We're going to be. Which hallway are we going to be performing in?
if you need tips on restaurant gigs.
That's the bar.
Maybe we could stand on the bar.
Oh, no.
That's the room.
Oh, you guys will be in front of the fireplace.
Oh my God! It's
Oh, my God.
Oh, next to the shirt.
all right. I guess once 10 people are in, we got to start turning people away.
It's exhausting.
Did somebody approve this, though, and look at it? I never saw this. I guess that we had the option.
I just assumed that we were playing in a real room.
You know, it's the first time back in Cleveland in years, and Cleveland was always one of our
Huge
bestest markets. Is that a little riser?
Oh, that's just the way my pants are sitting.
Jimmy,
If
love your dick jokes.
if you guys fly me out and pay me, I'll do a.
Well, we can't even.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't even get a fucking gig to do that.
What?
It's going to be a great time.
Oh, of course it is, Kenny.
course. It'll be good.
Positive. Yeah,
I
it'll
make
be
fun
good.
wherever I go.
Positive brings positive.
Oh,
Garbage
like
in,
HIV.
garbage out.
Maybe we could spread around the room so we, have
Oh, yeah, you
coverage.
want to do that?
We'll have
Spread around
coverage.
the room. We're going to throw it over 5 tables down to Opie.
I'm going to be under the Jimi Hendrix guitar.
Oh,
Wait, is that a right? Like, why can't we do it right there?
yeah. Isn't that a little riser right there?
Yeah.
That looks like a little stage.
Yeah, that's where we're doing it.
Oh, I thought there was no stage. I thought it was flat and we were up on big stools.
No, there is a stage, but the stage is not as elevated as the one in New York.
Oh, but it's elevated a little
Yeah.
bit.
How many
okay.
seats are
I
in
heard
there?
it
How
wasn't
many-
elevated at all.
How many seats for the
many people
listeners?
can fit?
250.
Oh, that's okay.
For the whole restaurant.
That's not too bad.
Look
No,
at that.
for the
It looks
room that
like
we're doing.
Oh, nice.
Looks like a
nice.
Denny's.
All right, it'll be good then.
Like a Pentagon.
Yeah, 'cause
Rich
it's
starts
all
looking and nodding here.
It's all white people. It must be a Denny's.
You know, it's our crowd. Oh, God.
It's so weird when you do a live event with an O&A crowd because they don't really have shovels. They all look down, so it's hard to get their attention anyhow. Now, if you're sitting that high and fucking...
Well, they're looking down so they could tweet how awful we are.
Yeah.
It's not low self-esteem.
I got a fucking ticket driving in here. These
What?
motherfuckers. This lady cop.
She was no lady.
First of all, and I'm not a racist, but she was Afro-American.
Afro-American.
Why is it important to the story then?
Because
Why?
she was not letting Whitey go on this one.
All right, give us the details.
I'm driving down 40th. I came out of the Lincoln.
Sure.
In the right-hand lane.
Isn't that ironic?
Okay. And then I go on to 40th.
Yeah.
Usually I go over and then go over to 42nd.
Conversation is moronic.
Okay, well, hold on.
Did you make a left on 8th from 40th?
I made left on 8th from 40th.
That's illegal.
At 2 minutes after 7.
Illegal.
Okay.
Jimmy's right.
So I pulled out 2 PBA cards and she looked at me and said, "What are those?" And I
Oh,
put them right
God.
back in my wallet.
What are those?
What are those?
Oh.
I said, "Can you just cut me a break?" And not even a fucking word. Just they all had a bunch of tickets ready. They just
Was she
filled
a
in.
cop or a traffic person?
True.
I think she was because I was going to keep driving.
I
I was
don't
going to
think
take
it
a
was a
chance.
Yeah.
Cops don't
Yeah.
want to be dealing
Did she
with
have
that
a
shit.
gun?
It's the traffic cops.
Yeah, did she have a gun?
And they're all
I don't
about being
remember.
robots
Was
and
she
giving out
fat?
tickets.
Huh?
Was she fat?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was not a cop.
Was she holding the
cop.
ticket book, the gun, a pen, and her flashlight?
She.
You got caught by a traffic cop. They're the worst.
No, there was
they're
a
the-
cop car there
They're,
parked.
they're the worst. Yeah, they put one in that area so you don't fuck around and you think it's the actual police. It's not the police.
Oh, 'cause
They're-
I was gonna drive
They're
away.
the worst people in New York City, the traffic cops. They're disgusting individuals
Yeah, she
that
was-
won't listen to shit because they're just money makers for the city. They don't give a fuck, and they hire certain people that could take a lot of shit.
I said to her, because I get crazy and I go
What
over
are
the edge, I
those?
said,
She didn't know what the PBA cards were.
What
Yeah.
are those?
That means
any
there was a
cop
traffic
knows
cop.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
traffic cops don't get
And
PBA cards.
what
They
are
give
those?
out. What are those?
And what's disgusting?
my fingers.
Goddamn,
No,
Jimmy.
you don't. Just let it be. Yeah, just let it be.
Oh, my
And
God.
And then I said to her, because I get a little edgy, I go, I hope you hit your quota. And nothing. She just turned it back on me.
She's not a real cop, but they put them in the cop uniforms, and I've talked to a lot of the NYPD guys. They're disgusted that they get to walk around in what looks like an NYPD uniform.
So I'm going to
Yeah.
get points for this, because it's
Yeah,
a
you
moving
are. She fucked you over, man.
in my fucking new BMW, man. It's my first ticket.
What was the violation?
Making a left.
A left?
When you-
Illegal left? Yeah.
Illegal left.
Yeah, that's a couple of prints. I fought that once and got away with it. I said that that a bus was cutting me off, and in order to avoid an accident, I had to make that left turn.
Oh.
I actually fought it, and they were like, "All right."
Did you get it? Do you have to pay for the ticket?
No, it got dismissed.
So use that
No
strategy.
shit.
But don't say a bus, say an ambulance.
A bam, bam, bam,
ambulance.
bam, bam, bam.
I said there was it was a problem because I was in the bus lane, and then I made an illegal turn, and I said there was construction, and I was going to go around the right side of the construction, and there was only one lane around the right side, and I said, but a bus also was going around that way, pushed me into the lane, and then I was forced to make the turn. I said it was definitely a dangerous situation that I had to react to, and that's how I reacted. And they said, you know what? There's enough out there, and they let me
good
go.
for you.
But here's the thing. It's a
they're assholes.
$130 ticket. For me to come from Jersey to sit in court in New York, you know.
A lot of people do that, but for the points, it's
worth
kind of
it.
important.
It's worth
Why?
it.
Does your insurance go up if you get a
Yes.
point?
Yeah, your insurance
no,
goes
insurance
up.
likes that.
And then if you get more points, you could definitely lose your fucking license.
Well, if you
know?
get 12 points, you
Well-
know, I don't live like you. I'm not, you know, my points are for turning.
Yeah, but-
I have no points on my license.
Yeah, because
I,
you're a good- you
pay,
fight it.
I
'Cause you know
fight
the
it.
right
I pay the
people.
tickets.
What?
I'll
What happened?
I'll send cash in lieu of points. I've always said that. It's like,
Can you do that?
Sometimes if you talk to the whatever they're called, they're like the prosecutor.
prosecutor.
Yeah, you talk to them and say, you know, look, I'd be more than willing to pay whatever I need to pay to avoid the points, and they sometimes kick it down to a traffic violation that doesn't have points. You know,
Wow, you're good.
I think one of them is opening your door into traffic.
Really?
Yeah, that's a big one that they plea a lot of shit down to.
But you didn't
Yeah.
do that.
Plead it down
That's
to
why
a
it's so
rape.
weird.
I know plea bargains are
Oh,
odd.
very good,
Oh,
Rich. You
wow,
farted
that was
on the
Rich
radio.
farting on the mic.
Congratulations. Wow, edgy.
That was good. How edgy.
The words of Rich Voss. Woo!
Wow. Marconi Award all around. Marconi Awards for everybody.
Air Awards, here we come.
Air Awards. Edward R. Murrow.
Right.
It's just these people were robots. She's a robot, like you say.
said
It's
that,
you know.
yeah. I had one of them.
Slur?
I had
I've heard
I
that
had
one.
one of them actually jump on the hood of my fucking car. I was going on
Yeah.
vacation.
Oh, God.
No, I'm not even
I was
joking.
there. Where was that? That's by Great Adventure. Oh.
I was trying to get into the Lincoln Tunnel. The backup was so bad. Yes, I was asshole driver guy, but I had to go. I was late for something. I forget now. I was in the right lane and pulled that move all the way up the right side and tried to tuck in.
Yeah.
And one of those traffic cops caught me at the last fucking second, and I'm still like pushing it, like nope. And I keep rolling and rolling. I'm like, no, you're gonna have to just let me go. And she's trying to get me over. It was a guy actually trying to get me over to the side so she could write the could write the ticket. Actually jumped on the hood of my car to make me stop. They're insane.
Wow.
They hire insane
Crazy.
people with no personalities.
We were driving
They
down-
can do some crazy shit to write the ticket.
We were driving down 9th Avenue, leaving New York, and you know how packed it is going down
Yeah,
9th
pain in
again.
the ass.
It's a
Terrible.
fucking nightmare. And we get to like where B&H for 30-something Street.
I love those Jews.
So
Great.
yeah. So as we're going straight, then the lady says, "Make a right." We're going, "Go fuck yourself." We've
Oh,
been
yeah.
here for an hour.
I know,
I'm not
they
going
do
out of
that.
the way. I go, no. And I kept going. I go,
Yep.
I'm not doing it.
I've done that
Yeah.
too,
Yeah.
where they tell you
Yeah.
you're sitting in fucking horrific traffic.
Yeah.
You got to make a turn, and then when you get to the turn that you have to make, they go, "Nope, keep going straight,
Yeah.
keep going
Yeah.
straight," and then you realize you're going to have to go around and around the
Right.
block,
Yeah.
which is going to take you another hour
Easily.
And
Yeah.
I do the same thing.
Yeah.
I go, nope, and I turn, and sometimes it will stand in front of your vehicle.
They're crazy.
When
They're
I was-
crazy people. But what you have to do,
Yeah.
I finally figured out. You nod like, oh, okay. You take the right,
Yeah.
and as soon as she turns her back
Yep,
a little bit,
yep,
like
yep.
she thinks you know.
You make it look like you're doing.
You're like,
what
oh,
you
okay.
are.
Oh, we're doing.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. And as soon as she turns her fucking head,
Yep.
I've done that many times.
When I was copping crack, I was on like 157th Street.
Oh, Jesus.
And I'm
Throw you
driving up the
alive.
road, and the cops said pull over, and I just said fucking no, and I took off, and he hit my taillight with his billy club. It smashed my taillight, and I kept
Was he an old
fucking
Southern
going.
sheriff?
I kept fucking
Taillights
going.
out too, boy.
You're gonna pay you the way,
Yeah.
man. That's a great move.
You need a new light, Jew.
Well, Mr. New York Jew boy,
Yeah.
looks like your windshield wiper's off. Yeah, we get it.
We got a Mel Gibson tape.
Oh, yeah, speaking of
Yeah.
Jews and somebody
that's
that
why.
cannot stand them.
I love Mel Gibson.
Oh, he's amazing,
he
isn't
makes
he?
me so happy, and the timing couldn't be better.
Why?
Just because I love him.
Oh, okay.
What?
Just happy he's just acting up. There's no reason. What movie got shelved of his?
Yeah.
What happened with that? He just made it?
I guess so. I don't know why he doesn't put them out himself. The ones he's put out himself have done very well.
Yeah, but how's you going to get it? You could put it out, but you can't get a distributor to put it.
Yeah.
Well, his movies make money, though.
Yeah, but maybe it was just a bad movie. It happened.
That's true.
What, the one with the puppet? Or the dog? Or he did something that was fucking...
What's the deal with this
that
tape?
was his last movie.
What's the deal with this Mel Gibson
Obi
tape?
just starts talking right over Rich, like,
he
don't
asked
even acknowledge
the fucking
him.
movie, and I saying the movie.
It wasn't important. is
Well,
what we're
when my
saying.
friend Norton asks a question, I like to answer.
Well, that
you
is
guys,
true.
Okay. Did you guys see that fucking movie with Jodie Foster and
The Accused? It was
No,
amazing.
there was four of them in the room. They were talking about their kid. One kid bullied another kid, and the kid hit him with a stick. It's fucking great. You would love it. Jodie Foster and the guy that played the Nazi in fucking
Aunt Comia?
Yeah.
what was the
Inglourious Basterds.
Yeah, he was in
Yeah.
it. Just a good fucking.
What's
The
the name of
guy
the
that
movie?
played the Nazi.
What's
The
his
one-
name? He's really good,
Yeah,
too.
he's very good.
What's the name of the movie?
Something.
Something.
Well, you brought it up, though.
It's
How are we
something.
supposed to see the movie?
It's new. It's fucking good. I thought maybe you saw it and Anthony would know the answer.
Oh, sorry.
Here's Mel Gibson. So what's the deal with this tape?
Yeah.
Who recorded him?
I don't even know the details on this one. I just know it's
Sam,
another.
you know?
It's recorded from
tirade.
the house, it sounds like. It sounds like someone who's in the house.
Why would he use a phone at this point?
Well, no, he's not on the phone. That's what annoys me. Is like
What?
now it's just listening to Mel in his private life.
So
Yeah.
who decided to tape him?
He was yelling at the guy who he wrote his newest movie with
Okay.
about the movie, and the guy's son recorded the conversation. And there's been the guy's
Your
name
son.
is Joe Esterhaas, and he's been talking. He's the same guy who said that like Mel Gibson was yelling at him about hating Jews and praising the guy who killed John Lennon, and Mel said that's not true. He never said that, and so now his son recorded this conversation.
Did he say anything about Chapman?
Not in the tape.
All right, let's listen to this. The new Mel Gibson tape.
Why don't I have a first draft of the Maccabees?
What is he saying there?
Why don't I have a first draft of the Maccabees, which is the movie they're writing?
The way he said Maccabees.
The movie.
What an asshole.
What the fuck have you been doing? I'll type it. Enter. I'm not at work. You're getting paid. I'm not. Yet. I have earned money, so I can give the cocksucker who's taking advantage of me.
Pause that.
wish
He
I
said,
could
like, I'm
hear him.
earning money something like for a fucking bitch who takes a what?
He says, "I'm earning money for a filthy little cocksucker who takes advantage of me."
Yeah, meaning his ex. I
Oh,
guess.
that ex.
Oksana.
Oksana.
He doesn't like her at all.
But he's got to yell with that waterfall in the background.
Yeah, I know, right? What the fuck was that?
Good for Mel.
It was probably the jacuzzi that he was supposed to get his dick sucked
Yeah,
before he went into.
All I'm thinking is how annoying is it that he didn't have that first draft? You're supposed to have a first draft for Mel. Get the fucking first draft to Mel.
Yeah, exactly.
Who wants to eat? Who the fuck wants to eat? You'll have something to eat! Hooray!
Come on.
Fuck! Fuck!
He's insane.
Fuck! Fuck! Fuck!
Jeez.
I really relate to that though. That fucking dopey
anger?
anger. Yeah, man.
But then he goes on talk shows and he's the lovable Mel Gibson.
Yeah.
You know?
I love him.
Not a sign that
Yeah.
there's another version of the guy.
It's like, ha ha.
yeah.
Ha ha.
He's like any boss just getting mad when his employee fucking fucks up. You know, if that was on a construction site, nobody would give a fuck. He
Right.
didn't say anything like, you know, you Jew or black or any, you know what I mean? He just said, where's my fucking that I'm paying for?
So a kid fucking taped him? What an asshole.
He was probably yelling at his father though. He's hearing his
So?
dad get screamed at.
So? That could handle himself, no?
Yeah. The Maccabees. What a terrible name.
The Maccabees.
The Maccabees. What
it
the
about?
fuck is that?
I don't even
What's it
want to
about?
know.
Jewish, the fucking Maccabees, the tribes. Or whatever. I don't know a lot about it. It's a Jew movie. About
Is it a Jew
yes,
movie?
the Maccabees.
Oh, I
Look
thought it was a bunch of bees on the computer or something.
Wow. Jesus.
yeah,
The PC of bees.
Oh boy. The
You hear what I said?
Maccabees. Yeah, I heard that.
Oh, we all heard.
The Mac.
Mac?
I don't get it. Why? What is it? What? Give me a schlopsis. Come on, Sam.
They were a Jewish rebel army that took control of Judea, which had been a client state of the Seleucid Empire.
Sounds like a fantastically interesting movie.
But I bet it really no. I'll bet because you look at the Mayans.
I know.
That was great.
That was a great
Passion of
movie.
the Christ. Mel Gibson makes great movies about that shit.
Apocalypto.
Dude, I don't want a
Fucking
new
great.
movie from Mel. If it happened be fucking after electricity, I'm not interested.
That-
Yeah.
You don't want anything that's happening.
I don't want anything after Christ was in high school.
Hey, Rich, what's going on with your brother, man?
What do you mean?
I bring it up because I listen to your podcast. My wife hates me.
well, see, here's the thing.
I knew there was something going on with your brother, and you kept it private, but then you talked about it on your podcast, so I feel like we could talk about it here.
Here's the thing. I barely ever talk to my. You know how sometimes you're not close when I don't dislike him, I don't hate him. I just never talk. Maybe I talk to him maybe once a year.
Older,
You're
younger?
borderline autistic.
What's that?
You're a little Aspergery, like you're terrible with people.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah. I'm not Asperger. I'm just not social. There's a difference between.
No, there's not. That is exactly what it is.
Yeah, some say that's what it is.
Oh.
Is he older, younger?
Oh, he's younger,
By how?
like 1.5, 2 years.
All right.
So I'm not a big. I don't talk with him. He could be.
Does he
the
look like
biggest-
you?
He could be. What's that?
Does he look? I'll control us a little bit. Does he look like you?
No, I don't know. Maybe I don't know.
And when did you guys kind of like not talk anymore? Like,
Probably.
When you realized you were
sixth
sucking
grade.
dicks for fucking drugs, when his older brother was wearing fucking hot shorts to drug dealers' houses.
was there an issue, or you guys
No,
never were
just
close?
Moved apart. Yeah, never close. Like he could be robbing banks. Every month. I wouldn't know. You know what I mean? I just don't know anything that goes. Last time I talked to him, I sent him a couple $100 to turn his phone on.
Oh,
He's
shit.
You just don't talk. I.
What does he do for a
focused,
living?
Nothing now. I focus.
What did he do for a
He
living?
was a teacher.
Oh, why did he lose that gig?
Well, supposedly, what I heard. Supposedly.
Right.
Supposedly.
Supposedly he's
supposedly.
right.
Supposedly.
Supposedly, yes.
What
that
I
on the list,
heard,
by the way, or-
what I heard through my sister, is
Do you talk to your sister a lot?
not much. I don't like her either. I mean, I don't
Do they like
dislike
you?
her. No, I'm, I mean, they have to like me because I'm fucking.
Tried 4 times today.
What's that?
Nothing. Go ahead.
I wouldn't.
We love you, Red.
Voss almost said they don't talk to me because I'm successful.
Yeah.
And then he realized he
Oh,
couldn't
wow.
pull it off.
You got to stop that.
His low self-esteem wouldn't allow him to say it.
Wow.
Well, my sister's a lot more successful. She's, got
What does she
a
do?
fucking $2 million house or whatever.
What does she do,
boat.
though?
She works drug companies.
Oh, pharmaceuticals.
Yeah, big money. Oh, he sticks up for him too. She's brainwashed, because there's nothing wrong with the pharmaceutical business, really. That's why Merck just got sued for $1.5 billion.
Did he really?
I think it was Merck.
Is she older or younger?
I think. I'm not sure. Don't quote me. She's older.
So you're the middle child.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, the Jan
That
Brady.
makes sense.
Yeah. So,
So
I don't really talk to my brother. I sent him money. And, Super Bowl Sunday, when I was coming to your house for the big wild party where you were on
was
Twitter.
crazy. It's a
That was
crazy
fun.
party, right?
That fucking,
You were on Twitter.
you were nonstop.
we were live tweeting the Super Bowl.
I know, because nobody else was watching it. Glad that you were doing that, filling fucking people into the most watched TV show of the fucking of the year.
But I was,
What do you- yeah,
I was
really?
attempting some wit.
Yeah, okay.
I wasn't just fucking tweeting facts, you asshole.
Holy
I was
shit.
attempting some wit.
Okay.
Whether I succeed or not is up to the fucking followers, but I was attempting wit, you dick.
So,
It makes it sound like I'm just tweeting
Yeah.
facts.
Hey, by the way,
Second quarter just started.
so,
Fucking love you.
so.
Anyway, yes, but you were
So-
busy too because you were dealing with your brother. It was the weirdest time for us to
Well,
get
no,
together.
I wasn't dealing with him when I got to your house. I was dealing with E-Rock's
Oh, really?
fucking food tray he brought.
Oh,
it was
boy.
fucking horrible. He got it at like
Was it
7-Eleven or Wawa.
magnetic?
It was like a last minute, oh shit, I got to bring something to the house.
Yeah.
And he brings like fucking old pepperoni and whatever, celery sticks or whatever.
Oh.
all right.
Iraq comment?
It wasn't bad.
Yeah, who went, ooh, olives, and dove right into it as soon as the plastic was taken off?
You did.
You?
Oh, Iraq, did that blow up?
Your stomach.
Oh, my God, Iraq.
Jesus, Iraq.
I was gonna say Popeye.
Oh,
His
God.
olive.
It was a nice gesture. I'm trying
No,
to be.
it was, I was only kidding. It was nice.
It was a nice gesture. I'm trying to be nicer, but I don't like the shrimp trays where it's all a perfect circle of shrimp.
I know.
You don't like that?
Yeah, because they're tiny little fucking peonies.
Looks like a mass grave.
Yeah.
It's fucking creepy.
They're laid out.
Yeah.
Pour a little lime on them.
Even when I was fucking poor, I made sure I got a nice size shrimp.
You gotta
to
have jumbo
throw
shrimp.
in my mouth.
Those
shrimp
ones you
cocktail.
bite, you can tell they have water damage, even though they grew up in water. Like it's like there's no.
How does shrimp get water
Water
damage?
damage.
I don't know.
How
Those
does-
little ones do.
How does shrimp get soggy? This is fucking good. You're right.
They grow-
They're in the water. The fuck is that?
But I know exactly what you're talking
They're the
about.
Yeah.
fucking worst. It's like a horrible bite. There's no. This isn't shrimp.
It's
There's
terrible.
no crunch to it.
Do you
Right.
smell them before you eat them? I smell
yeah.
every one.
You need a
What,
good
do you smell the
snap.
balls first, or
You need a good snap, like a it's got to crunch a little bit.
Yeah,
I like a good shrimp.
Yeah. Nothing worse than
They're
those
the only
peel and eat
that
shrimp.
that you could turn into a spread without fucking doing
Yeah,
anything
yeah.
with them.
Just take a knife.
Yeah,
and-
knife and-
Where the shrimp smears?
Yeah, it's a spread. They were fucking horrible. Anytime
Slimy.
in a round dish is just a white trash.
Yeah.
shrimp.
Unless it's
That's
from a
what it
really
is.
good place. Like there are some high end places. Like I would trust one of those from Whole Foods or a place like that where they've.
But
they're
see, what
really
they
good
do is
supermarkets.
they use the tiny shrimp because no
Yeah.
one's really
I
eating
hate
those. And they
those.
put it in
The little
a circle
babies.
display.
They're fucking horrible. It's
The
horrible. You want
babies.
shrimp that's this fucking big,
Yeah.
and you could pick it up and dip it into the cocktail sauce,
Right.
bite it, and pass it down.
Where you don't even have
Who
to
passes a shrimp once they bite
Yeah,
it?
right.
Where you don't even have to take the tail shell off to get
Yeah.
to more meat because
Yeah,
it
it's
was
fucking-
big enough
Well,
already.
Yeah.
those little shrimps, when you take the tail shell off, it breaks.
Yeah, there's
Because
half
they're
the shrimp is gone.
Because they're too weak to hold
And then
any
it
fuck-
stabs you like a pin.
Yeah. It's the fucking they're the worst.
It is
small
horrible.
shrimp. Why'd you bring it to my house?
They can't be deveined either because they're so small, so you're eating their shit too.
I hate shrimp duty. I hate when I see a fucking piece of brown on the shrimp. I'm like, I don't want to eat his duty.
You're
I know.
eating shrimp duty.
It's like soft shell. It's
Yuck.
like
His
soft
little
shell
shrimp
crab.
pants.
When you eat soft shell crab and that green stuff comes pouring out of the fucking.
Oh, that or
it's
lobster
fucking-
too with
Yeah.
that fucking. Rich is gagging.
It's fucking disgusting. That
Yeah.
You would eat that
Oh,
green.
Rich is literally gagging.
Can you imagine that fucking green stuff if you were?
Oh, that green mushy shit just in your mouth. Mwah, mwah. Imagine what the texture of that's like.
disgusting.
Or lobster. What are those carrot-looking things in lobsters? The fuck is that shit? It's like 2 carrots are in there. I don't know what that shit is.
You're eating their undigested food. It's like undigested crab
And king
shit.
crab legs with that fucking piece of plastic. How does plastic grow in fucking crab?
It's fiberglass.
You eat that fucking thing and it's clear. It's like fucking plexiglass.
You can pick your teeth with it after you're done.
There's no chewing it. If you get one in your mouth and now you got crab meat and plastic and you're trying to pull it out and shit's falling out of your mouth, you're on a date.
Jews aren't even supposed to eat shellfish. I don't know
Really?
why. Yeah,
and
they're
that's
too
funny because
dirty
they're always so shellfish.
They're what?
Jews.
Wow, stupid Jews.
Welcome to Pun Radio.
That's funny. Though.
That was very funny. So I haven't talked to my fucking brother. You know when you don't.
I
talk.
threw the shrimp away as soon as E-Rock left, by the way.
I
I don't like small shrimp. What?
I didn't bring it.
You brought that? You must
What
have
did you
brought
bring?
another. No, you brought the small
Yes, you
shrimp.
did.
Thank
brought
you.
shrimp.
Yeah, you did. That's what you guys
I
ate
brought
growing
that
up in Florida.
Italian meat and cheese thing with
And
the
you brought
olives.
shrimp.
And you brought a shrimp tray because I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I wouldn't buy that.
I remember because people were saying, "Hey, look, the blimp brought shrimp."
Thank God Earl didn't bring it.
Jesus Christ!
Wow.
Oh God!
Wowzer. So
Day of the Super Bowl.
right, you almost didn't make it
I almost didn't make
because
it.
you had a family crisis. But
So let me. Yeah.
anyone else would have made the Super Bowl. By the way,
Well, no, I took care of the crisis first.
you weren't even sure your brother was going to make it, and you still came to my house for the Super Bowl.
It's one day a year. Come on.
All
The
right,
Super Bowl.
But you didn't even
You
have
know.
a team in the game. You didn't care.
I didn't give a fuck.
All right, go ahead. Sorry.
So I get a call from my sister. I'm like, oh fuck, what does she want? You know, she goes, my brother's in the hospital, and I go, you know, because he's been in the hospital before. I heard.
What was wrong with him?
So he had a diabetic or something. He passed out, and they found him. Oh God! They found him like 2
The
days.
best part of us.
They found him like 2 days later, laying in his floor. He passed out from diabetes or something, not taking his medicine.
Diabetic coma.
Feel sorry for yourself. I hope you don't do that.
A diabetic coma.
For 2 days he lay there?
Yeah, supposedly. Because his last phone call was like on a Friday, I guess, and they found him on a Sunday. You know,
Diabetes is a motherfucker.
It stinks, dude.
Yeah, these guys, have these diabetic comas.
Is that in your family?
And you gotta hope that someone's around when it happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why you got to have one of those fucking medic alert things.
But aren't you worried about you having it?
No, I've had my blood tested.
Yeah,
I get tested for every fucking thing. I take vitamins. So,
Do you?
yeah,
Dr.
a handful.
Voss.
Flintstones.
So maybe that can go in next year's Super Bowl tweet. We're here at the Bedrock Dome. Stop touching me, you fucking
You got
freak.
fucking greedy. What's the bedrock dome?
I don't know. It just
He does
I got
get greedy. He tries
What
to
the fuck
tag
is that?
everything.
You had me. You had me. You want us to hold you because you're. This is a
keeps
very
touching
emotional
me.
story
It's
you're
not
telling.
emotional.
Why don't
It's
we
not-
hold him?
What do you mean, hold
You
me?
need some human comfort while you tell the story. Sam, hold him.
Don't listen. Let's just fucking get through this, and we'll move on.
All right, go ahead.
Okay. I mean, this is.
So
Stop.
So he might have been in his apartment for 2 days on the floor or something.
Yeah.
Man.
After having a diabetic coma, that's a
Yeah.
motherfucker.
So, his kidneys stopped, or whatever, and then he lost all blood to his leg or something. So he's in the hospital. He's fucking in a coma or whatever they call it, and
Just
so we're
look
at the
your
hospital.
audience.
We're at the, what's that? We're in the fucking.
Nothing, Rich.
So we go to the hospital and everybody's there and stuff. It's kind of like a family reunion. You don't get everybody together.
Cigars and Scotch wants to know if he was hopping mad.
That's what I don't know. I think it was Gary Goldman said this too. Gary Goldman's so fucking funny. He goes, you try to find a card for somebody like that, but they all say, hey, don't worry, you'll be back on your feet. Right?
Back on your foot in no time.
You're back on your foot. Yeah. So, the doctor said we can't save his leg. They had amputate his leg. It was fucking, it looked horrible.
Gangrenous?
No, the blood, there was no
Did you see the leg
circulation.
before they amputated it?
That's
Huh?
Did you see the leg before they amputated it?
No, I saw the foot. I saw the foot.
No, there was no blood.
Oh, no, the
Died.
Jets weren't there.
So,
Where's that leg now? I always want to know that.
Oh.
huh?
Where's that leg?
And fucking
the left or the right?
they
I would take my leg home with me. I would just have to.
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
Keep the skeleton part of it.
I don't know.
Make
do
a
something with
make a
it.
lamp out of it.
Yeah, make everybody
I saw-
uncomfortable.
yeah.
Go smell it. Oh,
yeah,
no.
yeah. Kind of put the foot bones together with the leg bone connected to, and then there's a socket on
Connected to the fucking worn out knees from blowing people for drugs.
top. The knee bone's connected to nothing.
I can't believe I got a ticket for this. Anyhow, so it's fucking unbelievable. Why?
We're going to sell
Yeah.
tickets, though, for you. You watch what happens. Go ahead. So they took his leg.
So they amputated his leg. And we visited him and stuff and brought him stuff and
And you didn't really want to do that because you don't really have a relationship
Well,
with
you
him.
know,
Let's be honest here.
Listen, here's the thing. Look, if he called me with two legs and said, "Could you take me to the supermarket?" I told him to go fuck himself. I'm busy. I would send him money if he needed it or something. Whatever.
You do what
So,
you can.
Yeah. So now, you're going to the hospital. It's an inconvenience. You got to go visit somebody all the time out of guilt or whatever. I don't fucking
Or just
know.
out of obligation because you're
No.
sorry. You're related.
Yeah, but that's what Cain and Abel were related. I don't think fucking Cain would have visited Abel in the hospital. You know what I mean? That's
He wasn't able.
He
Yeah.
wasn't- so,
Yeah.
don't-
he
you
was
don't-
having a mutiny.
So, and I feel bad for him. He's not he's not a bad guy. He got fired supposedly.
Supposedly.
Supposedly. Why is it supposedly?
It's supposedly.
He worked in a school district where he was failing kids because they weren't
Blowing him?
passing. And the principal's like, you got to pass these kids. You got to hit quotas in certain areas,
Right.
supposedly. So,
Supposedly that happened?
yeah.
I don't believe that.
He
No,
Where
he
did he
said
work?
supposedly, so it doesn't. He's not sure.
He
Whatever.
worked at a school. What?
Supposedly.
What's that?
Supposedly.
Well, he worked
District.
at a school. What?
District.
Okay.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing. I just didn't hear what you said. District.
Yeah.
District.
Yes, relax.
You guys fucking
Why do you
yourself-
think we're always on you? Relax.
Oh, really?
We're just trying to get to the bottom of the story.
Listen. Okay.
I will
So-
fuck you
That's what the
up.
hookers would
What's
say
that?
when Jimmy
Nothing.
came by. Oh, district.
And they would say "sapachively." I can't get that. Something with AIDS in it.
Something with AIDS.
That was a funny tweet that Jimmy made. He goes, "I was in a movie with Denzel and Tom Hanks."
Oh, thank you. Someone said I should make a movie about my life. So they made one starring Denzel Washington. Tom Hanks. Thank you.
All right, supposedly.
So
He worked in a school district. He wouldn't pass them.
the kids, and I don't know that whole story. I don't follow these stories.
How
you know?
long did he work in the district?
I don't know. So, he had his leg, and it's sad.
How long did he
because
work there? It's a good question.
I
Maybe he was a
don't-
shitty teacher because he was only on the
Right.
job a year.
I
Maybe
don't
stunk.
fucking know because
Yeah.
I don't talk.
He was
to
always
him.
too busy fucking checking to see if his foot itched, but he couldn't. All right. That's just mean. I'm sorry.
I don't. Do you talk to every family member?
Right now, no.
Okay. Anthony, well, you don't. You have a brother
I
and a
talk to-
sister.
yeah.
And you guys are close because you were all raped in the shower together.
Jesus. Don't remember that.
But
That's
you
a
do
good thing,
remember
though.
taking a shower.
My dad was teaching me and my brother how to shower.
Boy,
like
boy,
men.
is that one going to come back someday? You little faggot. I'll bet you grabbed for his dick. I'll bet you that Anthony saw the water dripping off it and went like, like he wanted a drink.
Like a water fountain.
And your father's like, "I'll be a little faggot, you queer." And meanwhile, it jumped. Anthony's little hand bumped it.
I remember that.
Anybody was in court and they said to the judge, "I was teaching him how to shower."
Teaching how to shower. That you don't think the judge would buy that one?
No, I don't buy it.
Oh, Jesus. I kind of just remember being in the shower, and my brother's in there, and I'm in there, and Dad's in there, and he's like, "Now you take the soap, take a washcloth," and he's just teaching how to shower, and I was like pinned up against the back wall. I didn't want to, no, by myself. I was because I didn't want to get close because the water was indeed running down his body like it normally would. But then you know how it kind of comes off the end of your dick, and it looked like he was taking a piss. And I was like, no, you're going to the bathroom. I don't want to like move closer. He was like, no, here, take the washcloth. And so I'm like, no.
You had to wash his genitals?
No, it was to wash myself with.
Were your little hands like the ones that were used to clean out the munitions in Schindler's List? You had little hands that are perfect.
Little hands, they're perfect to get in those
Yes,
shells.
perfect for scrubbing under my Vas Deverns.
What a horrible word.
No, it was very
little taint washer.
It was a different time. It was very acceptable for a dad to,
No, it
a
wasn't.
growing
No, it
boy to
wasn't.
teach him how to shower. No?
All right.
Swear.
If you take a shower, you shouldn't hear. This is our secret.
Oh, now.
Possible.
So he calls me.
Story.
Well, the fuck it sometimes stories divert into other stories.
Fair
enough.
Digress.
And
Fair.
it's called radio. It's called filling 4 hours
fair
of
enough.
fucking whatever.
How long is your podcast? An hour?
An hour
Every week?
Every week. Sometimes it's more, sometimes less. It depends when Bonnie
About
starts
an hour
crying.
is all you need to tell people. All right, now what's going on
Okay.
with your fucking brother? Jesus.
Yeah, what the fuck?
So
Haven't you
take
learned anything from
forever.
us?
You do those fucking reads so well. Like we had a
thank you.
read, and Bonnie's in the middle of the read going, "How many times are we going to mention this fucking company's name?"
Exactly.
And they don't want to pay us,
Oh, see?
but we kept saying their name. That's all that matters.
Well, some sponsors you can goof around with. Others want it verbatim.
That's right.
Can you do our reads and we pre-record them?
No.
Okay. So my
It smells like cum air. It was just fun. I'm 43 and I made a
Oh,
joke.
my God. Yes, you did.
Cum farts.
So your brother lost his leg.
so he lost his leg,
We don't know
but
how he
not
lost his
like I mean
teaching
pretty
job.
Jeez,
far
that's
up
terrible.
too. Pretty far up.
How by the thigh?
Horrible.
So I picked him up.
How
from
high
the-
up?
Pretty far up, like up,
Past the knee.
Oh yeah,
Wow.
way past the knee.
Way
Jeez.
past the knee.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. It's sad. It's fucking
Are you
sad.
gonna be able to get a fake leg on that shit?
I bet you can.
Yeah,
Sometimes
yeah.
you go too high, it makes it tough to get that fake leg shit.
Yeah, no, he'll get one. And
You'll probably have to pay for it, you know that.
so I
right?
had to pick him up from the hospital and take him home. I had to pick up his wheelchair and his fucking walker and his, what he sits in. And I
And
had
according
no
to
problem.
Bonnie in the podcast, you were bitching the whole time. You're fucking
Well, 'cause she's fucking pointing to make a turn and do this and go, then I run and get him food. I get him a couple TV dinners and shit, some fucking.
What a guy.
Some
Some lean cuisine.
and then
Why can't you get him some diner food? Why did it have to be TV dinners?
supermarket food for his house. I bought him some food,
something-
cold cuts and
Gotcha,
shit.
all right, yeah.
So, but what it is the world or society tries to make you feel just
That you
'cause
should help
you're-
a brother who's lost his leg?
Oh, my
yeah, I
God.
know. How unreasonable.
know that. Listen, I'm close when my fucking kid, like my kids. I'm very close. Okay, I would do. So you break the. You know what I'm saying? I mean, not close. They know how to shower. They learn on their own.
Oh, now.
And that ain't it.
So,
Uncle Paul.
so, you do what you can. I mean, what the fuck? I'm driving around, and we went to visit him the other night. He goes,
So Rain
he said,
Pryor coming in at
Yeah,
9:30.
9:30. I can't wait.
That's going to be pretty
What's that?
cool. Richard Pryor's daughter.
Yeah.
"Oh, for
coming
real?"
in.
Yeah.
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 So-
promoting
so-
fried chicken and latkes.
What is that?
Lucky's a potato
Oh,
pancake.
she's a.
Yeah.
She's black and Jewish.
Right.
Oh, so she's allowed to say that shit.
Yeah.
So here's the thing.
Oh,
We
boy.
went over to visit the other day. He said, "Can you bring me ice cream and fucking and apple juice? That's all sugar. Diabetics is in his
Yeah, you
book."
can't be.
Oh, wow,
eating
you're
So I
right.
brought him sugar-free ice cream, and we get there. He goes, "I don't want that." Hey, you know what? We came to fucking visit you and bring you
Wait,
ice
did
cream.
you say to him, look, you're diabetic and this is what costs you your
He
leg?
goes, "You don't tell me what I can eat. The doctor says what I can eat."
Oh, boy.
And so
Well,
you
sometimes
just-
diabetics have to. That's the weirdest thing about the whole disease. You have to eat sugar to balance everything out. So bizarre.
Well, yeah.
It's a nightmare.
I come on Richard's side on that one. It's like if you
Yeah,
lost
of
your leg
course.
and you still want. Yeah.
What happened? You had to pee?
Nah, I'm just twirling in my chair. He's bored. Rich's story is fucking taxing.
I
It's
didn't want to tell
taxing.
him.
Yeah, what is it? The government tax?
What am I
Oh,
supposed to
Chip.
just say? I picked him up and spun him? What the fuck?
You could have just said, yeah, he had a diabetic problem. He lost a leg. It's terrible. And then he asked me for food, and it's not good for his health, and you've been yapping about this for 20 fucking minutes, Rich. I gotta say, it's amongst the most boring stories I've ever fucking heard. There's nothing to this.
You know what?
I want to be swept away by a story.
I think the point quickly is that Bonnie is fucking, laughing at you because you're so bothered by the fact you got to take care of your one-legged brother. That's all I was bringing up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
Plus, you were going off into some awful side stories. Like I
Yeah.
got him TV dinners and cold cuts.
Yeah, like you just.
just trying
Who's sitting through that part of the story?
Yeah, we would assume you did something like
cold
that.
cuts.
Right.
Yeah,
Cold
fucking-
cuts.
Who
You
buys
know,
cold cuts?
I bought him
Cold
three.
Did you bring him a container of coffee
I
too?
bought,
Pop.
Container pop.
I brought him
Did you at least wait at the deli and get fresh cold cuts, or did you get the pre-fucking packaged shit? from him?
Those are terrible.
You're a pre-packaged shit guy, right?
Oh no.
No, I'm not for me, but
for him, you're like, this is good enough for my
You gotta
one-legged
go
brother.
to a German
it's not
fucking
like he
deli
needs- how much protein does he need?
and say, "Give me a half a pound of a ham. I want it sliced tissue paper thin. You fucking Nazi." You gotta go to German.
I love a
deli.
good sub sandwich fucking roll, man.
Isn't
Fuck
it great?
Me, rules.
Nice fresh one. in
Earl
the
and
morning
vinegar?
at the- Oh,
Well,
this
cold
is
cuts look like
fucking-
waves.
this is-
yes.
This is
Wavy.
riveting radio.
Not just.
Dude,
you know
we're
what?
pumping
Talk
up
about-
your shitty story.
Yes, exactly.
That's what we
To
have
the
to do. We
fucking
have to
point.
save the day, it's called.
Yeah.
So,
You're saying
so-
that supposedly there was a problem in a school district and everybody's going through their fucking dictionary.
I also bought him 3 CDs because he handed them out at the hospital.
I'm
They were
sure.
yours?
He did, still empty inside. My new CD that's on iTunes.
Oh, wow, that
he
was
wanted a couple
Great about his
people.
pants.
So look at this story. Here's the deal.
It's his left pant leg.
Oh God.
Story.
Is it the left one or the right one? It's gone. You don't
The
even
right
know.
one. The right one.
You had to think about
The
it.
right- yeah, because.
You just don't get
But
a
I feel
fuck
bad
about
for But look, it
you
might have
should.
turned his life around. Sometimes people need.
Yes, exactly.
Sometimes
As
people
opposed to
need
going
what?
straight or
Yeah.
backwards.
Like when he
No.
swims.
Yeah. No, listen to me. Sometimes people need it.
Sometimes
some things
people-
to see tragedy.
Oh,
To
so
see the light.
you're saying some people need to lose their leg so they can get their life back together?
You never know. People hit their bottom. People that drink or do drugs might lose something, and all of a sudden they get clean.
How could that possibly be helpful unless you open up your own online business of like fucking left shoe planters? Or
Sorry.
So, whatever. It's a story. I don't even talk about it because I'll talk about it probably this weekend at the Laughing Devil
He's
in
like-
Queens.
The Laughing Devil in
he's
Queens
like-
this weekend.
He's like a Terminator.
What
do
you
you
try
mean?
to stop him, you can only stop him but he went right
It
back
just
to the
keeps
story
going.
again.
It keeps
Like you
coming
can
at you
stop
with
him
the
a little.
story.
Okay,
You
okay.
you shoot him, he falls down and stuff, and it's like, he's getting back up. No.
Supposedly.
Okay, all right. If I don't tell
Supposedly.
it this week at the Laughing Devil in Queens, next week at Joker's Wild in New Haven, Connecticut, I'll
Yes.
tell it.
what is the
Okay.
Laughing Devil? I never heard of that.
Huh?
It's a new club.
It's in Long Island City.
Long Island City.
It's where
It's-
Roland lives. They're
a
starting
new
to
club.
build all sorts of shit there, and one of them is a comedy club called Laughing Devil, laughingdevil.com, and Voss is going to be there Friday and
Have a
Saturday
little,
night.
have a little devil outside, like laughing with a pitchfork, like hee hee hee.
And then
This guy's
Fri-
funny.
Tee-hee! And his cloven hooves are trapping all over the room.
And Friday, Bonnie's going to come in and do a couple guest spots with me.
Oh,
It's her night out.
How big is the room?
You two, the brand new
Small. It's
Stiller
like
and Mirror.
50
You two.
We were so
Amazing.
bored yesterday. This is what we did for
What,
our
were
day
you
out.
telling that story again?
This is what we did for our day. Do you know Wegmans has like a daycare in it? Wegmans supermarket.
Yeah, I know.
Wegmans.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. So
Oh my
we
God!
took we took
Isn't
our,
your brother one Wegman?
He's not a bad guy. He's really
All right,
he's
I'm
not a bad
sorry. It was a dumb fucking.
Yeah.
So
Sure, I got
Wegmans.
fired from Wegmans.
What happened?
Because they
Uncle
told
Paul?
me you're supposed to be in produce, Paul. What are you doing over here with the carrot in your pocket? Making everybody go num num on the carrot like they're a bunch of bunny rabbits. You got the lettuce at the bottom of the carrot. They look like genitals.
Oh my God!
Get out of here. You're fired from Wegmans.
Wegmans. Uncle Paul used to work at Wegmans.
Yeah, I got fired because they said I kept straying into the restricted area with carrots in my pocket.
Yeah, get out of produce.
Hey, look at these. Touch the tomatoes. Give the celery a kiss. Yeah.
You creep.
Sure.
He's a creep.
Can I tell you a good story?
Oh boy.
I doubt it.
No. This is a good one.
Jimmy. Oh, fuck.
Okay, this is why you don't get married, or why. Like, when I was single for 10 fucking years, and I would see comics do, oh, women are this one, I'm going, that's
And we'll
hackish.
be back.
Yeah.
No. Did you go to break? Don't. This
We
is
went
for-
to break. He nailed it.
No, you didn't. Here's the deal. We're in fucking
T-Rock was
Wegmans.
paying the fuck attention.
I know, right?
What's that?
Nothing.
Doesn't listen to the
Oh.
show. And
Here, listen
Did
to
you
this.
listen to the show now? Yeah, yes.
Just listen to some other show, I think.
No, he's doing his WrestleMania
Why
fantasy
would-
card.
Okay.
Why wouldn't you listen to the show, you right?
He's doing the fantasy SummerSlam card.
Yeah, let him fucking
Oh, I'm
be.
sorry. Sorry about that.
Are you doing that, E-Rock?
What were you doing instead of going to break when I said, and we'll be back?
Because I didn't think you were really going to break.
Ooh. Well, that was the gag.
Someone's making snap
Is he
decisions.
he's getting his get glue shit, his fucking stickers?
He's writing down who would be in the new NWO right now.
Ew, has he ever done that?
I bet he does that stuff.
He does that.
E-Rock, how often do you just devote your life to wrestling?
Writing his own stories and stuff.
Yeah. Do you write storylines?
He does
No, I don't
WWE
do
fan fiction.
no.
Fan fiction?
You know the name of
Oh,
it.
God, there's fan
I
fiction.
don't even know what. All right, whatever.
Do they have
you wanna
like
tell a story now? Or
do they have
after?
erotic
It's a good
fan
story.
fiction?
E-Rock started writing it.
Erotic.
Erotic.
Eroctica.
Yeah.
And it's a bunch of fucking wrestlers getting all sexy with each
So
other.
got two penthouse pets ready to fuck, but then a Hulk Hogan kicks in the door.
And him and the Ultimate Warrior just fillet each other.
Yeah. Or he beats them with a fucking empty chair from Wembley.
Oh, people want to know more about the cold cuts. They're riveted.
Cold cuts.
They're riveted.
Well,
What cold cuts
yesterday-
did you
So
get?
they were prepackaged Oscar Mayer, or
They
what?
look like Burkavales.
Did you get the shitty cold cuts with the olives in it?
No, what, are you kidding me? So yesterday we're at Wegmans.
What happened?
Wegmans.
So let me tell you this.
Yeah, what happened at Wegmans?
Listen to this, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, listen to this. We hope a miracle happens by October. My fucking wife gets, you know how they have the buffet foods and this, and you go by weight or whatever. So she got some Indian food, and it was, you know, like this. She's a vegetarian all of a sudden, doesn't eat fucking meat, and just fucking up everybody's life. Oh wow, I'm a vegetarian. Okay, so fucking, she gets this Indian food, and it was like,
Hey.
it was a $7.49. You know,
Well,
they were-
bargain at any price.
Listen, okay, all right. Okay,
Yeah.
listen, no.
What's that, a new plane or something? A 749? It's got 2 extra seats on it.
So listen to me. I go up and I pay for it. We go upstairs to eat it.
Yeah.
And it's hard. She doesn't
We're
like
paying
it.
for
Dining
it
at
now.
Wegmans? Were you? Let's go out to lunch. Wegmans has a new fucking
daycare.
The Wegmans in dining experience. You go out for.
I love this.
Yeah.
I'm reading. I honestly can't follow this story.
I'll tell you when he's leaving out. We were going to eat at Wegmans. We wanted to watch the New Year's Eve countdown. It was a big evening out. So the Wegmans.
This is what's wrong with broads.
All right.
She doesn't like it. She says, you know, she has anxiety talking to him. She goes, will you return it? I go, no problem. You know, because she took 2 bites. So we go
Returning
downstairs.
food?
It was horrible. And it was $8, and she wanted to get something else. So I go down to return it for her and do her a favor. She comes with me, and she's arguing with me when I'm helping her. I go, it was $7.49, and she goes, no, I think it was $7.14. I go, I don't fucking know. The lady goes, you have the receipt. I go, no, I didn't. You know, we
How
just
about you
bought
just
it.
default to the cheaper price and say, I
didn't
don't
say-
give a fuck.
That's what I said.
Yeah,
But
oh, okay.
she's contradicting me. She goes, you don't have. Why don't you have the receipt? I'm going. I'm fucking returning this for
yeah.
you.
And
the
why
fuck
would you
don't
save a receipt for a sandwich?
know,
You don't
that's
save
what I
a fucking
say.
receipt.
I don't
oh my
save
God.
the receipt.
I'm getting angry now.
I know at her, right? Thank you. So
Not really.
Oh, so why I'm angry at your dad? See how we should bond. So whatever. It's just that you go to help somebody and they turn on you. That's all I'm trying to say.
That's kind
It's
of like
like you
that's third
guys. You ask me to
Wegman.
tell a story and then you fucking turn on me when I tell
Yes.
the story.
Well, you said it was a great
no,
story.
you said you have a story. We didn't
No,
say.
he said he had a great story.
Yeah,
he did
That's
say
not
that.
We
good.
didn't say,
Stuff like
Rich, could
that.
you regale us with another
Right.
fantastic
I
fucking
thought
tale?
maybe you guys would turn it into some anti-woman thing,
whimsy?
what you guys are known for. That you would
Maybe
go,
we don't
"You're
feel like
right."
working so hard today.
Oh, another
You know-
anti-woman thing?
Well, no, you know what I
do you
mean, how
think?
good you guys
There's a
are
war
about
on
that.
women right now. We can't be saying nasty things
That's right.
about women.
do you mean there's a
I'm
war
not
on
sure if
women?
it's the Democrats or the Republicans. Who has a war on women?
I don't
Is it
know.
Democrats or Republicans?
I think it's
I'm not
Romney's
sure.
thing.
Someone's got a war on women.
Everyone's in trouble with a woman at one point.
Oh, yes, they are.
Romney doesn't think that Obama treats women fairly.
How is Wegmans,
Romney.
the dining at Wegmans?
It's,
Is it nice? Yeah. Is it reasonable?
I just went for a sandwich. That's
Fargo.
all.
Yeah.
Just to put the kid into daycare.
The
there.
Radisson?
Fargo.
Do some shopping, you know.
Yep.
Have a
doesn't
little.
know that.
You
have
guys
a little
shopping at
time.
Wegmans?
He says, don't
These are
do
great
it.
supermarkets.
How's the
What
fricassee?
Fargo.
Yes, of course. Fargo.
I just want to sit next to you, Rich, while we eat at Wegmans. Maybe you could sit across from me. I could see it that way.
Wegmans. You took your wife to Wegmans. You should fucking just to be divorced. She should
Thank
fucking
you.
divorce you. Thank you. Maybe that's what he's trying.
Can we go to break now?
Pulling out all the stops, baby. Wegmans it is.
That was a great story, but we got to break
Wegmans.
now. It's
I
an
love it.
amazing story. LaughingDevil.com. Rich Voss will be there Friday and Saturday in Queens, New York, Long Island City.
Yes.
I want to play that pilot audio before Rain Pryor comes in. Can we do
right.
that next, maybe? All right, good.
This is the Opie and Anthony channel
And if you come near my daughter, guess what?
on Sirius XM.
You'll be reported to the cyber police and the state police.
Oh, you're there. I just want you to know that everything about you was an offense to me and offended me and pissed me off.
Really?
You know, you fickle cunt.
See, here's the thing with me.
I don't care. You offend me on every fucking level.
Yeah,
you
well,
offend
obviously-
me on every
obviously-
fucking level. I despise you.
Okay, I can get. Listen to me.
You have proven yourself to me. You can't hang.
No.
You're a fucking fake. You're a fucking sham.
No. Yeah, really?
You fucking glum cunt.
What I'm saying
You
is.
ingrate, bitch.
What I'm saying is.
The game's over.
He's a fucking.
Okay? And that's it.
Really? For real?
I hope you fucking don't sleep. I hope you fucking waste.
Yeah, but you know what the problem with that is?
Fucking ingrate.
Holy fuck.
You know.
You fucking faggot! Shut your mouth! You fucking idiot! And I'm the idiot. Oh, I hope you piss puss.
Bitch.
Not a real uplifting morning here. You know what I'm saying?
Sirius XM. The Opie and Anthony Show.
Right on, MGMT, nice. Rich Voss, the Laughing Devil in Long Island City tomorrow and Saturday.
Yeah.
LaughingDevil.com to see what they're all about, a new comedy club.
And next weekend, Joker's Wild in Connecticut, New Haven.
Joker's wild.
Joker's Wild,
It's going to be wow.
New Haven.
Hey, I needed the guy on the computer because we got some audio I want to play for everybody.
Oh, yeah?
Got a pilot who had his mic on. Well, I believe he was flying.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
yes,
he was definitely flying.
He was flying his aerial plane.
saying some shit, and everyone got to hear it. And then other pilots are trying to get his attention and turn off his mic.
Got a hot mic.
And then the tower's like trying to figure out what plane it is. So other pilots had to say, "Oh man, it's not me.
Yeah.
It's not me talking this shit." It was Southwestern, right? Southwest.
Southwest Airlines pilot had an open mic. He's flying around, and he's talking with his guy up there on the flight deck, and
He's being a
it
braggart.
went out. He's being a braggart, and it went
Braggart.
out. It went
Everywhere.
out, yeah, to everybody, other planes, air traffic control. They were all listening, and he got in a little bit of trouble, I believe.
So let's take a listen to this.
United 242, you send Roger.
Bad. Bad.
Well, but I had Tucson, Indy, all 4 weeks. And Chicago cruise, 11 out of 12. There's 12 flight attendants, individual, never the same flight attendant twice. 11 fucking over-the-top, fucking ass-fucking homosexuals and a granny.
Granny?
I mean, think of the odds of that. I thought I was in Chicago, which was Partyland. After that, it was just a continuous stream of gays and grannies and grandes.
Grandes. Fat
I don't give a fuck. I hate 100% of their asses. So, 6 months I went to the bar 3 times. In 6 months, 3 times. Once with the granny Granny and the Fag, and I wish I hadn't gone. At the very end with two girls, one of them that was probably doable, but
Everyone is hearing this. That's the big
Granny
yeah,
and the
yeah.
fag.
Everyone is hearing this. He has no idea.
Oh my God.
And the fucking flight attendants are hearing it.
Right, of course. Oh man, I didn't. Grannies, fags, and grandes.
Fag basher, turn right to 090. Yeah, granny fucker. Come down to 16.
Was he banging the grandes? You think, or the grannies? Basically, bitching.
He was pissed because he wanted to get laid and wanted to fuck some of the flight attendants, but they were all gay or grannies or what did he say? Grandes.
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 It's a fatty.
Yeah, that's great. I've got a plane full of fucking grandes. Grannies.
His language might be a little salty, but is he speaking the truth or what? You guys fly a lot. What happened to the hot-looking
they're
fucking
gone.
stewardesses?
Thing of the
I get
past.
old men. I'm going, what happened?
Yeah.
Where did he go wrong? Like, you try to profile him, and you're going, what happened? This man is fucking 52.
Yeah.
He's old, and he's walking up and down the aisle with a tray.
Anything sadder than the old guy at McDonald's?
Oh, man.
McDonald's is a different ballgame.
It is sad, though, man.
Not down there drinking milkshakes at McDonald's.
McDonald's?
We had a fucking
Like, what
pilot.
happened to your life that you're now at McDonald's as an old white guy?
I had a fucking pilot last week going to Indy, and he was trying to be funny, and he's telling these horrible jokes, and which is bad enough. There's people on the plane laughing. I'm going, if those people ever saw me, they would hate me live if they're laughing at this fucking horribleness. It's just fucking, don't be funny. Fly the fucking plane. We don't want to hear your jokes.
Maybe he wants to be a fucking
Yeah,
funny
maybe
man.
he wants to make everybody's flying experience. What airline?
It was on,
Air.
You can say what airline.
Chuckles.
it was the ones that just took over the other one, but they say it's a merger, even though it's not. It was a
Continental
takeover.
United?
Yeah.
Well, I heard Continental more took over United, but they
Oh,
just
yeah?
can't say it like that because it's Chicago-based United, and Obama's from Chicago, and so is Eric Holder. So it wouldn't be
Oh,
true.
shit,
Really?
motherfucker.
See, I heard more Continental employees were laid off.
Oh, maybe that. Well, that's
I don't know
maybe
what
that's
that
why
was.
because it benefited Chicago as opposed to Texas.
How old is this story, by the way?
It's a little.
I'm hearing it's kind of old.
Yeah, but we never
played it, so who
It's
gives
just
a
one of those
shit?
things I ran across a couple days ago, and I went, "Holy fuck, we never did this, and this is great."
How old is it?
So I apologize if you've heard this before. I'd never heard this before.
Yeah.
Can you back up slightly?
Is that it?
And it's
There's
still
no more?
fucking good.
Okay, some girl showing her tits.
Oh, there
Yay!
I'm looking at girl tits. Every so often.
Yay!
Flash your tits while I listen. It's great listening to a fucking pilot while I look at a girl's tits.
That's a perfect
I'll talk.
situation.
Yeah.
Hit play on this.
at the very end with two girls, one of them that was probably doable, but we ended up going to the bar and then to the crew room in St. Louis, and all these two women wanted to do was one wanted to berate her sister and the other wanted to bitch about her husband. Literally. For 3 hours, me and the FO. When that was done, 2:30 got back to my room. I'm like, why the fuck did I stay up?
Okay, whoever's transmitting, better watch what you're saying.
Friendly, but they were still mopeds. You know what I mean?
Oh, my God.
I still wouldn't want anyone to know if I had banged them. So, I mean,
Someone's trying to key over the guy's mic right now.
Trying
That's
to
a
help
guy
him.
trying to help him out, and he's someone's keying their mic down to just try to cover up what he's fucking saying and trying to get in there.
Hear the guy say you're
No,
Yeah.
obviously not.
Hey, idiot. Everybody's hearing you fucking talk about this. Watch your language.
What a fucking dolt.
Is he fired,
He's just
this guy?
rambling on and on. I wouldn't doubt he would have some type of
Oh, God.
fucking repercussions
Oh,
here for what
God,
he's
yeah.
saying.
Let's play this.
Yeah, I want to hear
I want
that.
anyone to know if I had banged them. So, I mean, it was a complete disaster for 6 months. Now I'm back in Houston, which is easily one of the ugliest bases. I mean, it's all these fucking old dudes and grannies, and there's like maybe a handful of cute chicks.
Okay, someone's got a stuck mic and telling us all about their endeavors. We don't need to hear that.
Houston, SkyWest 6285. We were 19.5 for 230, and that was not us.
Sky was 6285, Houston Center. Roger, climb and maintain. Flight level 360.
360,
60 Skyline 6285, and they wonder why airline pilots have a bad reputation.
Zone 28, contact Fort Worth Center now 133.1.
Yeah, give me my radio frequency and stop pontificating.
Number 7 Hotel Bravo to Center Palo Express, maintain 50240.
2407 Hotel Bravo. And it wasn't us either.
Yeah, they're all trying to just, hey, it wasn't me.
I didn't think that was you.
Oh, wow.
That wasn't us, Tower. But boy, how about those niggers?
And how about fucking? What do you think went through that guy's mind when he saw that open mic light? Like,
Oh, my God. And just trying to think of what he said. Trying to flash back like, oh, boy, what did I say?
Maybe nobody paid attention.
People are saying this pilot rules, and a lot of people saying they're
course.
hearing it for the first time. So
I would,
what are you gonna do?
yeah. That's a good pilot right there.
How can you get fired for speaking the truth?
Got a swagger. Yeah. That's Chuck Yeager right there. That's a Chuck Yeager kind of man's man. It's the guy you want flying your plane, right?
Sure.
Although I think the lack of sleep is a little, he's like, I should have just, he's probably sitting there like, bah, look at you fat broad, this old broad, some gays.
He's hung over with no pussy juice on his fingers.
Damn it, why don't I just fucking
Why is there a hot
back
girl
to
on
my
the side
room?
of that plane?
Yeah, what airline is that?
Southwest.
Southwest has a bikini broad laying down.
Later on in the month, Southwest Airlines flight attendants were set to file discrimination charges against Southwest Airlines for pilots' tirade.
See, that's what's wrong with
Why?
you fucking broads. So what?
Guy's expressing his opinion.
Yeah.
A bunch of grandes.
You know, yeah.
I'm sure.
I don't
they
know
did.
for sure yet.
I'm sure.
Oh,
Maybe no one ratted him out. Maybe it was like, well, we don't know who the fuck it was.
Yeah.
Oh, they know.
yeah,
they
the people
know
on
who
the
it is,
plane. They go, that was our plane.
Well,
No, they don't know.
It
that.
wasn't over
They
the.
weren't-
It wasn't
they
over
weren't
the
hearing.
intercom.
They weren't hearing it.
No.
I thought they were hearing that over the
You
intercom.
thought I was like,
I thought it was whoa. I thought it was going over the planes.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to level off at about 35,000 feet, and then I'm going to tell you a few stories about these fucking queers and these women that are fat and old, and how I was trying to get laid before this flight. I got no sleep, just hanging out at the hotel bar. And let me tell you, these cunts wouldn't fucking put out. I needed a piece of pussy so fucking bad, but the place was full of fags and old broads.
And fat broads.
And fat broads, too, thank you, co-pilot. And, yeah, you could unbuckle your seatbelts right now, walk freely about the cabin that's full of old fucking skanky cunt and faggots.
Wait.
No, that was the fucking picked up by the ground by
Yeah,
the
that's air
tower.
traffic
By the
control.
tower.
Then it's not
Other
a
planes
story.
that
But
are
other
flying
planes can hear.
around.
But if it's not going out to the people, then it's
Going out
just
to fucking
to
the rest
other
of the.
guys in the tower. Big deal. It's going out to other. It's not,
And other planes were hearing it.
yeah, but not,
So why
not
did
the people, though.
Right. So
Well,
that
it's
would
not
have been
really a
funny if
story.
there's some woman back there. And
But I
other
mean,
flight
you kind of make
attendants.
a good point because it was among the pilots. So one
Yeah,
of those
who gives
pilots
a
had to
fuck?
rat him out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if it was
They
going
could have
out
kept
to
it
the
among
plane,
themselves, but
if it was
amongst themselves.
If it was going out to the people, when you say his mic was on, I thought the people could hear it on the plane.
No.
The people knew.
You know.
No.
So then it's really not who gives a fuck.
That's nice language.
Who gives a fuck? There's guys fucking talking about
Pussy,
flight
big
attendants
deal.
and pussy and
Yeah, but he's talking to another pilot. He's not talking where big deal.
Yeah.
It's not going out to the customers.
well, yeah, but
So then it's not a big deal. It's like if you and him sat around.
still a big deal.
No, it isn't. Why is
Yeah,
it a
when the
big
mic's
deal?
the mic's on.
Yeah, because
It was a bad move.
You expect the pilots to be talking about, their course and fucking
It's a
equipment
fucking tower,
in there.
10-hour flight. What are they
And
going to talk
fucking-
about? Switches the whole
I
time?
agree with
Switches.
you, but
Hey, look at that light! Look at that light up there! Look at that button!
they can't let you go if that shit happens, though.
Yeah,
I agree with you, but
yeah, I do too. I think
if
it's
it was
funny.
a safe flight, landed properly, blah blah blah, then who
it
can?
didn't go
I
out
don't
to
give
the
a fuck
fucking
if this
public.
guy's trying to get laid.
They made it public by doing that, the fucking dumb airlines.
Yep.
They make themselves look bad.
Goody two shoes.
They are. They snitch on themselves.
One of those
the
guys
fucking
was a
idiots.
goody two shoes.
Goody two
Yeah,
shoes.
some fucking
Goody,
rat.
goody two shoes. Can't call Rich's brother that anymore. That's terrible. I'm sorry, Rich. It's just a nasty thing to say.
Very funny though. A goody stapled pen.
Remember I mentioned white guy McDonald's?
McDonald's.
Someone goes, hey, whatever happened to Leonard? That's a very good question. Do you remember Leonard?
Was he the old guy?
That celebrated 50 years
50 years at
McDonald's.
McDonald's.
What did they give him for that again? Just some
Wasn't a
horrible
milkshake, I assure you.
A watch, I think.
A watch, and they gave him a day off or something?
1 day off, yeah.
Something
No
like that.
fucking way. For 50 years?
50 years. We talked to Leonard.
Did he have stock in the company?
No.
He had nothing.
He was lower stock.
He was shit on.
Yes.
Poor bastard.
Is Leonard still at that McDonald's?
I believe he is.
Yeah.
Nice
No
company.
way.
What company?
Billions of dollars, and they give him a fucking watch in a day.
I call it Black Donald's. It's always that boom, come into McDonald's. You ever see that? It's like the real soul kind of commercials. Occasionally they have the white ones where it's like,
Yeah.
they have the American kind of music and the stars and stripes. And then there's boom, town, yeah, get a Egg McMuffin. So good.
Bring your book in.
There's Leonard.
Oh,
that guy.
is him. Yeah.
There's good old Leonard.
He's not still there. No fucking way.
Well, he did 50 years, and we just talked to him like 2 years ago, so he probably is up to 50.
What else would he be doing? Of course
Yeah.
he's still
I thought
there.
he was retiring. No?
Didn't we try to get him fired?
Tried to. You told
Yeah.
him he was fired.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
what
that's
we did with
right.
him?
Got the bit.
You said he was.
Was it a
Anthony-
good bit?
It was
did
really
fail
good.
miserably?
No, I really succeeded.
Oh, good.
Anthony said he was from calling from corporate.
From corporate headquarters of McDonald's.
I think he said they were going to go ahead and let him finish up the day there, but then that would be it for him.
Oh, yeah. Did he buy it? I don't remember. That.
Yeah, he was like a little bit,
Yeah, he was a little bit,
funny.
I think you have to be to work at McDonald's that long.
Good enough for the highlight reel?
Yeah, it was really good. People
Alright.
people still talk about it.
You want to break before rain prior?
Sure,
So
I
we
gotta
can take
take-
our leakies?
That sounds like a good idea. I'm sure Sam will hand me some more paper I have to read.
Oh no, my friend.
That's it? I could lay back and just fucking hang like the rest of you guys?
I clear them out in the beginning, and that way.
Oh, thanks.
I got to thank Steven Singer. I got another ring.
Oh.
Free.
What?
I didn't
What?
have to pay
Payola.
a fucking dime.
That's payola.
Those people at Steven Singer, holy fuck, they do the right thing.
They're
I don't
not
think
supposed
you
to
should
giving
be saying that.
Free
You're-
stuff.
Free, man. And it wasn't. I didn't have to pay for nothing.
Free.
Free. He's not going to give you free, but he's going to give you a good deal and good service.
You're not even. You're just plugging him,
Yeah.
Oh,
and he gave you free merch. That's totally illegal.
free.
That's a firing offense.
Oh God, please. Oh, Billy. Oh. I'm just saying he's a good guy.
I mean, he is a good guy. But that doesn't mean you should.
I should have done it during the live read to kind of hide it a little bit.
Yeah, and you shouldn't have admitted that you got it for free.
Free, man. I didn't have to pay a fucking dime, man. Someone
Righteous.
Someone needed a ring because they might have got engaged.
Who?
So fucking Steven Singer did the right fucking thing.
He's a good egg.
He's a good egg.
Him with his dumb fucking roses.
Hey, Anthony, I played a golf course, and four holes were inside the Indianapolis Speedway, and you could hear the cars zipping around. And
Really?
Yeah, the 4 hole. It's called Brickyard in Indianapolis, and 4 holes go into the Speedway.
What if one gets loose and fucking starts bouncing on the track?
What? A
Can
car?
that happen? No, the ball. What if a golf ball goes flying and
I don't know
starts
how-
bouncing down the track? Is
don't
that
know.
dangerous? I think it would be dangerous.
I think it would
Fucking
be.
Indy car in a golf ball meeting?
Yeah, what are you talking about?
4 holes at this golf course go into the.
Those racetracks are that big?
Oh, man.
Yeah, it's fucking. Those cars.
Was
were
it in the
fucking-
infield?
It was on the inside. I don't know. Take a look at the picture.
You
I
were
don't fucking
there,
know.
You were there.
motherfucker.
Were
I
they
couldn't-
circling
I'm on
you?
the- yes, you could hear them.
Then you're on.
Yes. they're
How did you
circling.
get onto the infield of the track?
a
to
tunnel that goes
Oh, you had
under
to
and
go
up.
in the tunnel?
Yeah, in a tunnel.
So
with
you
your
went
golf
through the
cart.
tunnel, and then you're playing golf on the
For-
infield of the Indianapolis
Could
Motor
you
Speedway.
possibly get a ball on the track?
I don't know. I don't think so. You'd have to really slice it out of the way.
Yeah?
To hit it on. To,
Like
I
more
think.
than the worst hacker?
I would
Yeah.
assume it would have to be impossible, or else they wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
Like I can't imagine they'd even take the chance that a car doing upwards of 220 miles an hour can have any contact with a golf ball.
And the golf ball's bouncing willy-nilly
Yeah.
on the track.
Donk. Donk.
Well, during races,
Doink.
they probably. I think they closed.
Oh,
the
you
holes.
think?
I thought you said you heard cars though.
No, they'll practice. They were practicing.
Even practicing, it's still dangerous, right?
I would assume they do close the holes when they're having an actual race.
It's fucking cool, though. I play with a fan that listens to you guys.
Fascinating.
Fucking, yeah. He fucking, and he was loaded. He was like a real person.
Drunk?
No, he's real. He owns hotels and everything.
Assumed by loaded.
No, it was fun. Oh, boy, I have nothing today. I need...
Rich is going to be calling you. Rich is going to be calling you.
I had a couple good lines in the beginning, but I have nothing. I have no stories. I don't prepare. You know, I go into fucking
You
radio
take us for granted.
What's that?
You take us for granted, I think.
No, I don't. It's just
I
like
bet you prepare for the the Bob and Tom show.
Yeah, you probably do.
Yep.
No, I don't prepare for any radio.
No,
because usually it comes naturally.
Neither do we.
That goes without saying.
Yeah.
No, you have these new lights. I fucking like them, man. I feel like I'm on the set.
I'm just gonna.
We're talking about studio lights. You're right. You suck.
back here.
It's nice.
Hello. Fucking embarrassment to me. You look like a fucking bitch on heat. Who do you want to talk to? And if you get raped by a pack of niggers, it'll be your fault. Why don't you go out and fuck your mother, you son of a bitch? You'll be a nice guy, ain't you? Hello? Stay on this phone and don't hang up for me. I have plenty of energy to drive over there. What number did you want? You should just fucking smile and blow me! Yeah, come over here. I'll suck your prick. I deserve to be blown first! Sure, not like your fucking prickle. Blow me first! Well, you motherfucker cocksucker, why don't you come over and talk to me person to person? Hello? You need a fucking bat in the side of the head. But you ain't got the nerve, you fucking bum. Oh, you're all angry now. Come on down, you son of a bitch. I'll give you $50 a reward. Put you in a fucking rose garden, you cunt. You understand that? Because I'm capable of it. You understand that? Why don't you come down, you yellow son of a bitch? For what? You motherfucker bum. Fucking blow me, bitch. If anybody would say that to me, I'd come down and fight him. Fuck you.
We all live in a yellow
Submarine sandwich. Submarine sandwich. Submarine sandwich.
We all live in a yellow
Submarine sandwich. Submarine sandwich. Submarine sandwich. Submarine sandwich.
Sirius XM. Sirius XM. Yeah, this is the Opie and Anthony Show.
Thank you, whoever you are. Rain Pryor in studio. Rich Voss in studio. Rich Voss is going to be quick, Rich, because this is your last plug. Because when Rain gets in here, you're done. You are done.
The Laughing Devil this weekend in Queens, and next weekend Joker's Wild in Connecticut.
And we're going to be, we're actually going to be, the whole show is going to be in Cleveland next week, next Friday.
That's right.
The 27th at the Hard Rock, because I'm shooting my special the 28th. And I'm in Cincinnati this weekend, which is about 3 hours or 4 hours from Cleveland. So,
very good.
Are you going from Cincinnati to Cleveland, or are you coming back?
Of course not. It's fucking 4 hours away.
It's a week later.
Why would I sit there all week and do what?
What is it, the
Go to a Reds
1800s?
game?
1800s? He's going to get on a stagecoach?
Where's our guest?
What are you talking about?
Get some Skyline chili.
Where's our guest?
She got scared and ran.
Aw.
Thank you.
Or she's right
here
there.
comes Roland bringing our guest in.
And Rich will play golf next week, hopefully, finally.
These aren't standing up.
Rain Pryor, first time on the show.
Hello.
Hi, Rain.
Hello.
Take a seat.
Welcome.
Make yourself at home, as they say.
Rich Voss to your right, Jim Norton to your left,
Hi.
Anthony Opie.
How you doing? I'm Rich. How's it going?
There you go. We're actually on the air.
Hey, look at that.
That's
Hey.
how we work. We just go,
That's awesome.
come on, why not?
Just jump right into it, right?
We call it casual, but it's more unprofessional, we like to say.
I like it.
I have your book, but I haven't read it yet.
Well,
That's good.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
But
no,
at least you have it.
Yeah, I just want to
that's
start
a
off
start
with a
then.
It's a
non-statement.
great place to put coffee.
No,
Yeah,
I'm
there you
going to
go.
read it, actually. I was looking through it. It looks really good. I just have a bunch of books that I'm obsessed that I have to get to, and yours is one of them, and I haven't read it.
All right, that's all right. All right, cool. Yeah.
Do you get tired of hearing, like, because every comic tributes your dad? And so,
Yes, I do not get tired of
You
it.
don't, right?
No, I love it.
Who was
my
your dad?
was a guy named Richard Pryor.
Aaron Pryor, he was a boxer.
Exactly. Hilarious.
Did he ever see you do stand-up?
No, he wanted me to do stand-up. And I said no because he's Richard Pryor. And I got tricked into it 2 years ago, and by then he had already gone. So now I'm doing it, and I think I'm crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do you? It's got to be hard with like. It's like whenever you come with a big last name. I mean, it's like there's an additional pressure that most acts don't feel coming out.
Exactly. Like they're allowed to bomb and I'm not. So I've had to find my place where I cannot do well, so I can get better. You know what I mean? So that's been a neat process for me. And I'm like, look, if you came to see my dad run a video, because you know I do a different kind of comedy. I would say.
Could you change your last name just to get some time where people maybe don't recognize you?
Most people do recognize me.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing.
Yeah.
I mean,
You're kind of stuck.
Seinfeld, that'd be a good last name.
It would work.
Do you do the L.A., like the alternative room? Are you in L.A.?
No, I'm
based?
not. I'm in
Were you-
Baltimore.
In Baltimore?
Yeah, so I do a lot of the white trash rooms.
Well, I just came from, I was just there in Baltimore. There's a good room there,
The
Magoobies.
Magoobies, I've done Magoobies. I'm friends with Andrew Unger and Mark Unger. So I've done Magoobies. I've done, what's the Comedy Factory? Yeah.
That's a fun club where they give free
Draft
beer.
House.
Isn't it great? That's a
Love
great
it.
place.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
And it's a weird trip. I just headlined actually in at Catch a Rising Star.
In where?
In Princeton.
Yeah, yeah.
Is
that still there?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm doing Sarcasm soon, and yeah, so it's been a trip.
You smell really good.
Thanks, I try.
Very
It's my
floral.
cigarettes, thank you.
Where's Sarcasm?
In Cherry Hill, New Jersey.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So good. Good.
Wanna name any other clubs,
Italians and
Reg?
Jews get what I'm doing, so it's a lot of fun.
That's what your play is about, right? Because you're I
Italian
mean,
and
not being
Jewish?
black and being
Yeah.
biracial. We was going to say your father was black.
We know that.
And I don't think I know who your mom is. Your mom is not Jennifer.
No.
Jennifer, I remember.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
No, she was. You obviously don't like her. She was one of Richard's wives. But is she
you
the
want
one?
to say that? Go ahead.
Is she the one who was walking in and live in concert?
Get back campaña.
You don't like to talk about her.
No.
You hate her.
I don't hate her. She doesn't exist.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Did your dad watch other
For
comics?
all of us.
Did he
She
watch?
doesn't exist.
Did he watch other comics and like he goes, I like this guy or I like that guy?
He appreciated Eddie Griffin. He appreciated Eddie Murphy until Eddie Murphy did the Coke and the Smile joke. So
Why did he not like that? Because he was doing it as Richard smashing Cosby.
Yeah, and my dad's kind of like, you're supposed to be my friend, and now you're kind of. He felt it like a diss and a disrespect rather than this is a joke. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
Because my dad's like, if you ever heard his comment, he never made fun of other people in the business. Like he wasn't that guy. So when it happened to him, he was kind of like, whoa, I don't know how this feels.
Did he think Murphy was Murphy shitting on him, or did Murphy really love him? And
I think Murphy really liked him. Murphy came to the house and I freaked out. I was like, oh my God, Eddie Murphy's here!
How old were you?
12.
Wow.
Oh.
Yeah. So I freaked out. I was really excited. So I think Eddie really did appreciate my father, and likewise, it was like a new, seeing himself kind of in this young man.
He said in one interview that they didn't click. That they didn't. Did he say click or they didn't
jibe well?
Yeah. There
Well,
was
I think that
something-
was part of it. I think when he did that, it was kind of like things shifted.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? And that's one of the things I think that's great about Fried Chicken and Latkes, my show, actually, is that I tell you a little bit stuff about my dad that maybe you didn't know, other than if you read the book.
Right.
So, so in that opportunity, you get to see, like, I do him live in concert. Actually, that 1979 concert, I do part of it in my show as him. So,
Do you
and
sound like him?
I think I can, which is cool.
It's weird though. It's like I guess it's a good thing in a way because people are interested in what you have to say before they know you. Just because it's like there's something to talk about before you, but it's also hard because then you're like, all right, I have to talk about this part of my life first.
But I don't, which is I lead up to it, and it's not a big section. Like he's a part of this section because there's so many different weird people in my life, so they kind of fit in. As opposed to like my best friend Kelly Carlin, my sister, her show is really about growing up being a Carlin, being, and this iconic dad. And my show is more about being black and Jewish. And this happens to be my father, Richard.
Wow, the daughters are best friends. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, she actually contacted me after her dad passed away and said, "Would you be my sister?" And I said, "Oh my God,
that is so cool.
You're
'cause
in a unique position.
Most people would put either Pryor or Carlin as 1 and 2.
Yeah.
They always just kind of move it around a little bit, but you'll always hear
absolutely."
You know, they're on everyone's top 5 list, and then the daughters are hanging out.
Oh, mine's
Having solo
are
shows.
Arsenio and Brad Garrett.
Oh my god!
Wow. Wow, Rich.
Back to talking about comedy clubs. Anyway,
It's, it's got to be annoying to see so much of his stuff out there from other people too. It's like you watch as a stand-up, you watch so many guys doing prior concepts. And it was like, but it was original when he did it, and it was real in the '70s. And now it's like you see so much manufactured fucking third generation rage that isn't real.
Right. You do, and it's crazy because people always ask me, well, who's your favorite comedian now? And I'm like, it's kind of hard because there's not an original voice out there. There's no one willing to cross the line anymore because we're so, fucking PC. So nobody was I allowed to say that.
Oh, sure.
So we don't we don't have that thing anymore, and it's weird. It's just like, I don't get it. I also don't get. I mean, I love the Louis C.K. and the Rick Overtons, but those are old to me. Those are still kind of like old school. In their way, and a lot of the new guys, it's kind of boring. It's like, that's great, but like, push it, go somewhere, tell me something I don't know, And same thing with black comedians. I don't get the whole like, and this is how black people are, and then this is how white guys are. I'm just like, really, it's kind of old. We know that already.
Yeah, I mean, again, it was done in the mid '70s on
Right.
Richard's albums, and it's like you're not going to say anything about race that he didn't hit on. Unless
Right.
it's something that happens in the news today. Patrice, you were in the audience once when he was on stage, right?
Yes.
And he loved telling that story about because he said that you were a great sport and he was having fun with you.
Yes, that was. I could not believe he said from the stage, "I would love to have some Richard Pryor pussy dog." That was the weirdest thing. I was like, excuse me. So after that, every time I saw him, I was like, you ain't getting nothing.
I think your father would have loved him.
Yeah, I think so too. He was and he was such a beautiful man. He was a really good man, and he was very funny, and he was a great thinker, so.
You mean Patrice?
Yeah, Patrice.
Yeah, he was one of those guys, like, and we were talking about him recently, like, he was really not overrated. Like, you could put him in a room. I mean, a Pryor was a better comic, and not to disrespect Patrice, who I love. Yeah. But if you put him in a room with anybody, Patrice in a room with any comic that ever performed, he could be in that room and be comfortable and as funny as them talking.
Absolutely. And which is, makes him even more endearing to me.
Were you friends with, I mean, sure you know, but are you still friends with Mooney? Do you still see Paul?
No, I don't. I mean, I'm friends. I guess if I see him, I say hi, but it's not like I call him up and be like, hey, Mooney, how's, white people?
He's a bit obsessed with that.
Right.
That's hilarious, man. Yeah. We've had him on the show a few times and gotten into some pretty heated
I bet.
discussions. Yeah. But then he'll look over and wink and let you know, like, all right.
Right, I'm just messing with you.
Yeah, we're
right.
just fucking around.
Yeah, he has a very charismatic smile. It's hard not to like Mooney when he says something, and it's like, and then he smiles. Farrakhan can do that too. He can fucking.
He's a charmer. I had dinner with Farrakhan, so I know. That
Did you
man's
really?
a charmer.
Dinner
yes,
with
I
Farrakhan.
Did he know you was that?
That would be a great movie, actually.
What was that like?
It was interesting because I was actually in
Did
town.
he only talk to half of you?
Basically, I sat on this side, and basically, I was there to do fried chicken and latkes, my solo show, and so coming to see him and going, yes, I'm doing a show about being black and Jewish, and how do you really feel, And he was like, most people think, say I'm a racist or I'm anti-Semitic, but the truth is, and I was like listening to him, and yeah, it was interesting.
Did he come to your show?
Of course not. I mean, first of all, it was for the ADL. So as soon as I mentioned to the ADL that I was with Louis Farrakhan, they were like,
what?
I was like the Antichrist in the room. No pun intended there. But,
So he treated you well during dinner?
He did. And it was very interesting. He comes with his own chefs and things happen in the hotel, and I was received. It was interesting. I was surrounded first. Like it was almost like being the Secret Service, because a whole group of guys, the Nation brothers, came up and they're like, Sister Pryor, would you like to meet the minister? And at first I'm like, who the hell is the minister? And then I felt really lame because they're like, Minister Louis Farrakhan. And I'm like, all right. And they call up, and then I get a phone call. He will now receive you.
Receive you.
And I was like, ooh.
Nice.
Yeah.
They're pretty hardcore
cool.
guys, right?
He is. And but look, the nation is the nation. It's not to be confused with real Islam. It's it's a different form. It's a very militant organization. It's kind of like the, what is it? The Christian.
The right, the Christian.
Yeah, but there's like a new group that's kind of it's the same rhetoric. It's just switched to white people.
Okay.
Yeah.
What, the Tea Party?
Yeah, basically.
So you're like
Very good, Rich.
You're
I like
pretty.
him. He's just like, yeah.
Oh well,
I feel like I know
one person
you.
in the
Rich
room.
Voss.
Have I met you ever?
I'm a big act.
You are?
He's a big act.
You're big. You're here.
Yeah.
When you say I'm a big act and someone says you are,
Yeah,
and it's not an exclamation point, it's a question mark. You're a nobody.
You are. Yeah, it's not. You are.
First of all, here's the thing. What?
I don't know. Just a comic for 28 years.
That's
and
probably, yeah.
first
that's
white guy in
probably-
Def Jam.
Yeah, exactly.
Probably where I've seen
Now you're doing good after 28 years. Hey, I think I seen you once. Were you on MTV's Jim Brewer show in Seaside Heights? So,
I didn't mean any disrespect, by the way.
you're probably accepted by like a lot of
Groups.
Yeah, because your father was like he made hard people to laugh. Like, you know what I mean? Like he pimps and guys that you really weren't associated with going to comedy shows.
Right. And that's because Mama ran a brothel, so that made that a lot easier.
Right.
Yeah. That must
How close were you to your grandmother?
Very, very close. I do her in my show, too. And so I was very, 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 very close to her.
And he loved her, right?
Yes, he did. He did. And she helped to raise us, when we were with him. So, and she was always very truthful. And that's, I think, what his comedy to me represents, and what we try to do in our lives is just to be as honest as possible.
Was that a rough upbringing? I mean, because we've all heard. It's funny. I met Diana Ross on a plane, and all I wanted to talk to her about was Pryor. I'm like, was he? Because I'd heard there was times where they said he was a little difficult.
Right.
I'm sure. And I asked her, and she just didn't want to give anything up. She's like, oh, he's a genius. And then she wouldn't talk to me.
I guess maybe he was difficult, but he was difficult because he wanted certain things done a certain way, and especially. In his one of the first films that actually Mr. Melvin Van Peebles was a part of. And then that got switched out because my dad was, kind of like, I'm Richard Pryor. But the truth is my dad was the kind of very straightforward in business and knew everybody's name, was nice to, you know what I mean? He was that guy. So... they can say what they want about him. I know.
Yeah, a lot of times they're not even saying it in a bad way. I mean, it's just, they were saying there's certain times it was just
sometimes,
rough.
look, you got to be in your trailer and smoke a joint. Don't bug me.
Right.
If I got to do a line, I got to do a line. I'll be there in a minute. That could take a while. So,
do you know? Was it true that him and Harvey Keitel and Yaphet Kotto really didn't like each other on? Because I've heard all these stories about Blue Collar, which I love.
Which I have a picture of in my bedroom.
The poster or the three of them.
Which is amazing.
I think it's an underrated movie, and I think he was like an underrated actor. I mean, I think like Murphy got great roles, and it's like almost like Pryor was a better actor. Not to knock Eddie Murphy, but I always thought Richard was a better actor.
He was, though. My dad was an amazing actor. He was an amazing mind. He studied people, and that's, I think, a little bit of the difference between Murphy and my father. Although Murphy has, to me, has grown in certain ways. My dad was a real artist.
And he also did, like, besides Blue Collar, he did, obviously, Grease Lightning and like all these, and Lady Sings the Blues, like serious movies that like Eddie Murphy didn't seem like he went into any of those areas.
No, not so much. No.
He kind of went into kids' movies.
Yeah. Hercules.
When did he made a transformation? Your dad wasn't he a clean act, and all of a sudden he was a clean act, and didn't it happen when Cosby set up the showcase or around then?
He was.
Cosby.
I said Cosby.
I know what you said.
What the fuck? I asked. Didn't he make this transition?
He did. He went to Vegas, actually, and that's where it started to happen. He was like on the stage and had this moment because everyone around him is like, you have such this unique voice, just use it. And there he was, and it was kind of like the first time he kept out of the box, and they're like, you'll never work in Vegas again. And then, there he was, freaking huge after that.
Yeah.
My dad was really, that was his thing. Let me emulate who I see, because that's what you did at the time. I mean, he was, and I think him and Carlin kind of broke that box. Do you know what I mean? They became like this free form, and it started a new generation of comedy. Lenny Bruce was doing it during Lenny Bruce's, moment. And so this was the new shift away from the skinny ties and the nice suits. My dad came home with cocaine and a silk shirt.
But wasn't Jimmy Walker like dirty and had a lot of resentment because he turned like they told him, no, you got to be clean. Like he was a dirty comic, Jimmy Walker, kind of like before your dad was. And I think it was Gabe Kaplan or someone said, no, you got to clean it up. And then Pryor got so famous, and Jimmy Walker was fucking JJ, and I heard held all this resentment throughout his career that he didn't go that route. that your dad went.
You know, and that's I don't even know what to say to that. I mean, poor J.J. Walker. I mean, you were on a series for years, and everyone knows who you are, too.
Yeah.
He's an angry man.
Yeah.
Very
Well, you know,
angry.
angry black man. It's the story of my life.
Well, I don't know about
But he's had a lot of time since then to improve on his stand-up, and let's be honest, it hasn't been phenomenal.
Nah.
Exactly.
You know, he hasn't exactly.
He could have
blown
done
up.
whatever he wanted the last 25 years. It wasn't successful for
Yeah.
him. Blame yourself, man.
But he was, but he was a good man. I'll tell you that much. Jimmy Walker definitely was a good man. So.
Really?
I mean, not was. I guess he still is. I just don't know him now.
Yeah, I was rolling through the Rolodex in my head going, is he still alive?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. I guess he is.
So you play covers, what, you're doing it, I actually want to say, it's this weekend. Are you only doing it this weekend?
I'm only doing it this weekend.
It's at the, how do you say it?
Abingdon
Theater Arts Complex. Dorothy's Dressland Theater. It's here in New York. It's on West 36th Street. And you can go to @RainPryor on Twitter. And I'm really annoyed that I'm not here.
Me?
No, I'm going to be
Cincinnati.
out of town.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Fried chicken and latkes. What exactly is it about?
It's about growing up black and Jewish in the late 60s, early 70s, and I played different characters of that period that were in my life. My mom, my paternal grandmother, my maternal grandmother. You know, I cover both sides, the Jewish, the black, my dad, and, talk about his death, and, yeah.
What did you... Obviously, you knew he was really sick. Did you know he was about to die, or was it a shock?
Yes, I knew I felt he was leading up to that. I was shocked when I heard it was a heart attack. I was devastated by that. But I knew it was leading up to that, and me and my brothers and sisters, we did what we could to try to kind of rescue him from what was going to be inevitable anyway, but we wanted to offer something different for him. And I'm very big with multiple sclerosis and advocacy for it, and especially for those who are caregivers and the children of. So it's a big part of what I do in my life.
Was he in a bad way was he in a bad living situation at the end?
I believe so. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Because as a comic, you hear rumors that it just wasn't that good for him at the end. Because of the way he was, who he was living with, I guess. How was it growing up and your dad always with different women or meeting all these different people? It's like, you have your mom and then he's got this one or this one. I mean,
right. I didn't know anything different, I guess. I mean, in hindsight, you look and go, wow, my dad was a player. But, now I don't, looking back, it didn't really faze me that much. I wasn't like looking for the mommy thing from anyone else. So I kind of was like, oh, she'll be here for a minute and then he'll get rid of her. And I think one time me and my brothers and sisters brought him condoms because we're like, maybe you want to use this because you keep having kids. So this might be helpful.
How many did he end up having?
There's 6 of us.
6.
Yeah.
And do you remember the fire, obviously?
Yes. Yes, I do. I mean, when my dad went to the hospital and the doctor came out and said, Mrs. Pryor, 8 women stood up. So that was an interesting moment.
That's true, right?
Yeah, that is true. Yes, it is. It was an interesting moment.
Wow.
And you're like wondering, who is and my mom's like, I know I was. I know that one.
Oh,
I don't
wow.
know these over here. Yeah.
Did that change him at all?
Pussy?
No.
Sorry. I'm confused by the question.
No, the fire.
I think it did for a moment. It did for a moment, and then, he was spiraling down. Mama had just passed away, and it was kind of like part of this spiral and this cycle. And I think what changed in him was like, okay, I don't get to leave the planet. He wanted to kill himself, so he didn't get to leave the planet. God had another, plan in his head. That's what he said. That he was like, no, you're going to stay here and experience some pain. And
Wow.
and that was it. So that's what he did.
Why did he want to
shared
kill
it with
himself?
us. I mean, Mama just died, women, drugs, it's I think it's a psychology of a genius. I mean, they're all crazy, and you watch them go really high and then down.
The only guy I ever saw talk to him as an equal, and like all the interviews I saw, was Carlin. Like he did, I think it was Larry King or whatever, and all these comedians were calling in Roseanne, and they were all just paying homage. And the only guy that called in and was like rich and like just shit on him for Bogart and joints was Carlin. Like he called in and talked to him as a friend. He was the only guy I ever saw.
But I think because Carlin was so real, and you know what I mean, and so he was grounded. And especially, I mean, I see it in his daughter, so I get it. Like we really did grow up the same people, just with different dads, but these iconic dads, and so I get that. I wouldn't be surprised at that, actually.
Does she do stand up or no?
No, but she does storytelling, and she's a prolific writer, and so that's her thing. We've been trying to tell her to do stand up because I'm like, look, if I'm doing it and I'm allowed to bomb sometimes, so are you. And she's like, I don't know, it's crazy.
Why don't you guys do something together?
We want to actually, even with Lenny Bruce's daughter. We want to do like Daughters of the Revolution.
Wow, that'd be cool.
Because our dads were iconic in their, in their thing. So yeah, we want to, whether it's our storytelling and so one day I think we will.
It's interesting just to hear the stories from that perspective. Because, we've all read the books or you heard a million things, but just to somebody who lived with these people who has comics, I mean, none of them are around anymore. And your father met once. I never got to know him, unfortunately. So where else are you doing this? And how can people follow you if they're not going to
You can follow me on Twitter at Rain Pryor. You can go to my website, rainpryor.com. I like to keep it simple. I'm also director, so I'm directing a lot of shows around the country, and that's what I do. And I run a theater in Baltimore. And,
okay.
Yeah,
so this weekend here in New York, I appreciate it, and hopefully people go out and see it. It's at 312 West 36th Street. Richard's daughter, Rain, fried chicken and latkes, and Rain Pryor on Twitter. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me. It's really cool. Thank you.
Cool. Absolutely. We're ending for the day, too.
Rich,
your plug, Rich.
Oh, this week, The Laughing Devil. Get my fucking CD, Still Empty Inside, on iTunes. It's great. And the podcast, My Wife Hates Me. All right, next weekend, fucking Jokers in Connecticut. Go fuck yourselves. I don't like any of you.
I'll be in Cincinnati at the Funny Bone tonight, tomorrow, Saturday, and next week I will be in Cleveland with the boys. Friday, we're doing the show.
That's awesome.
From the Hard Rock, 3 to 7 in the afternoon.
Very good. All right. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.